Check. Check. A very good morning to one and all present here. It is with a great pleasure we have gathered today to welcome our new students to MIT, Bengaluru, a part of Manipal Academy of Higher Education. On behalf of entire Mahe family, I am delighted to welcome each one of you to this special occasion, Arambh, BTech Orientation Program 2025. We are deeply honored by your presence this morning and thrilled to witness such an enthusiastic and energized gathering. A warm welcome to all those stepping onto our campus for a first time, your eyes filled with curiosity and your hearts brimming with enthusiasm and ready to embark on the new journey of becoming the next torchbearers of this esteemed institution. We trust you'll soon discover that you are now a part of dynamic, inspiring, and truly vibrant community. On this bright and vibrant morning, I, Dr. Yashaswini K.A., a host for a day, and my co-host, Dr. Rashmi R., accompanied by Ria, a new humanoid. By the way, she is Ria. She'll be a temporary co-host for a day until my co-host, Rashmi, joins me. Firstly, we extend our heartfelt congratulations to all the students for securing admission into MIT Bengaluru through your sheer grit and dedication, standing out among countless aspiring candidates. As you take the significant first step in your academic journey, it's our responsibility to provide you with the meaningful guidance and insights to ensure a successful beginning. Manipal Institute of Technology is the largest constituent institution of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Mahe Bengaluru, an off-campus center committed to holistic education through world-class infrastructure, highly qualified faculty, and nurturing, inclusive environment. Mahe has earned a reputation as one of India's most prestigious private university, recognized for its academic excellence, innovation, and research. We are dedicated to delivering a top quality education that inspires ambition, sparks innovation, and shapes the future of every student here. We take immense pride in Mahe being recognized as an institute of eminence by MHRD, Government of India, and in achieving 4th position in NIRF rankings among universities across the nation. The objective of this program is to familiarize you with the academic framework and institutional guidance followed at MIT, as well as the rules and regulations of Mahe Bengaluru. Additionally, it aims to introduce you to the wide range of co-curricular, extracurricular, and hostel facilities available to you at MIT. To begin with, we must always remember the roots from which we have grown. As we embrace this new beginning, we pay tribute to the remarkable legacy of Mahe, the legacy born from the unwavering dedication and vision of our founder, Padma Shri, late Dr. TMA Pai, a distinguished physician, educationist, banker, and philanthropist. The institution, founded by Dr. Pai, stand as timeless testaments to his visionary dream, inspiring generations and illuminating the path for countless students. His unwavering commitment to quality and inclusive education not only gave rise to the university town of Manipal, but also left an enduring impact on countless lives, reshaping the fabric of higher education in India. Hereby, we are happy to present you the journey of a Mahe led by our founder, Dr. TMA Pai, to mark his fond memories.
all of 23, newly married, a fresh medical graduate, and looking forward to a new life. Young Madhava Pai had just sold some of his wife's jewelry to buy surgical instruments from Germany. He was all geared up to leave India and practice surgery in Hong Kong. He had debts to repay his uncles, who financed his medical education, and a large family, including his aged mother, to support. But that was not to be. Destiny had other plans for young Madhava. When he approached his mother for her blessings, she reminded him of his duty to his motherland and his fellow people. You must search things where they have fallen. You must earn in your own land. With these words as his war cry, Tonse Madhava Anant Pai set out to achieve what many will call impossible. The seed of Manipal was thus sown.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Walking together, we've come this far. It all began in the gleam of a great man's eye, in the light of his innermost soul. He believed that this was his ultimate goal. Inspired by life, inspired by life. For the sky is not the limit, 'cause there are footprints on the moon, footprints on the moon. Inspired by life.
His infectious zeal propelled him to serve his own people, and he set a goal of transforming, empowering, and nurturing lives through education, healthcare, and banking, the most basic aspects of social upliftment. High schools in every village, small-scale industries like dyeing and weaving, sawmills that provided employment, institutes of higher education, rural banking. There was no area that he left untouched. Along with his brother, he started Syndicate Bank with a motto, "No man is too small for our bank."
Syndicate Bank has got a new philosophy. It is a small man that ultimately contributes to the greatness of an institution. There must be an institution to collect a small savings of the people who are in millions in our country.
He even started a Hindu orphanage during the days of our freedom struggle, as many children were being orphaned due to the dismal life expectancy of just 27 years. He brought sheer joy to the lives of the underprivileged. His relentless efforts transformed the barren land of Manipal to the exciting Manipal University Township. Dr. TMA Pai was passionately driven. He even said all that he was doing was not work, but fulfilling the vision of the Almighty to serve the needy. His sense of social responsibility was complete. He had a belief that the common man had a lot of common sense, and if channeled into productive work, he can be made beneficial to man and society. His idea of vocational training leading to employment was a far-fetched idea. But Dr. Pai was thinking out of the box, ahead of his times. Just like the idea of starting India's first private, self-financing medical college at a time when the country badly needed professionally qualified doctors. Kasturba Medical College, established in 1953, provided equal opportunities for all to study medicine. The Manipal Institute of Technology took birth in 1957, followed by a string of other institutions.
I have been traveling with him in the establishment of so many high schools and colleges. And it was a great experience for me. He was a man of practicality. He didn't want everything to be done by the government. And he used to go forward, taking around with him his followers and friends.
Featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not, for establishing the maximum number of institutions in one lifetime, TMA Pai was a man of values, uncompromising in his integrity and honesty of word, deed and purpose. One of the biggest reasons for his success was his availability to all. His simplicity, friendliness and sympathy for those in distress. He has set the path of social responsibility on which we are continuing our journey.
To me, it's the most beautiful thing he had done. He never thought that there was a failure. The word failure did not occur in his dictionary. Here is a man that God had perfected. And I always keep saying, the moment he told his mother, Zayat ko ama, which means okay mother, Manipal was born.
Today, as we carry forward the mantle of his vision and values, we remind ourselves that life itself was his continued inspiration.
Inspired by legend, driven by his vision that the sky is no limit, 'cause there are footprints on the moon.
Learning from life and giving back to it, we serve millions and touch the lives of many more.
We transform, empower, nurture and care. As we spread our wings wider and we grow even bigger, inspired by his legend, driven by his vision, we can proudly say we will soldier on forever, shine ever brighter, soar even higher in our journey of excellence. Inspired by life, inspired by life. Oh, the sky is not the limit, 'cause there are footprints on the
Footprints on the moon.
We are inspired by life.
'Cause there are footprints on the moon.
Legend always lives on. An incredible journey captured very beautifully. Thanks for the video. Dear students, today marks the beginning of a new chapter in your lives, shaping your future. It is the moment to channel your energy, focus your efforts, and set your sights on achieving your dreams and aspirations. The day is filled with enthusiasm, hope, and joyful aspirations as we welcome vibrant, eager young minds into our institute. It is truly a celebration of a new beginnings and boundless potential. Once again, it's me, Dr. Yashaswini K.A., a host for a day, and my co-host, Ria, a humanoid member, presenting Aramb 2025. For the inaugural ceremony of the orientation program, we are privileged to have with us our chief guest, Dr. Amit Singhi, Director and CTO IBM. Welcome you, sir. We are equally honored to welcome our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Madhuvira Raghavan, Mahe Bengaluru. Welcome you, sir. Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Additional Registrar and Director, Administration, Mahe Bengaluru. Welcome you, sir. And we also extend a warm welcome to Dr. Ivan Jose, Director, MIT Bengaluru, Mrs. Sarita Vijaynagar, Chief Student Officer, Mahe Bengaluru, Dr. Prema KV, Associate Director, Mahe Bengaluru, Dr. Dayanand P., Dean, School of Computer Engineering, MIT, Dr. Manjunath MS, Head of the Department, Science and Humanities, Dr. Ramaswamy S., Head of the Department, ENC, Mr. Ekalavya Sir, Deputy Director, Corporate Engagement and Career Service. We welcome you all, sir. Along with that, we are pleased to welcome all Mahe officials, head of institutions from various Mahe Bengaluru units, head of the department, assistant directors, and esteemed faculty members of MIT for joining us and gracing this special occasion. To begin anything in the right spirit, we must begin with a gratitude and prayer. It is a cherished tradition in our culture to seek the blessings of Almighty before embarking on any new journey. To invoke divine grace for this auspicious beginning, I now invite Ms. Bhavana of MIT to lead us in prayer. Dear all, we kindly request you to remain seated during the invocation.
बालगजानन शंकर तनयना तुम तना तना दीम 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 तननन दीम 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 तननन तुम तना तना ಗೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ದನಿದನ ನಾಕದ ನುಡಿದಿದೆ ತಂಬುರವಾದನ ಗೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ದನಿದನ ನಾಕದ ನುಡಿದಿದೆ ತಂಬುರವಾದನ ಶಂಕರ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಷಣ್ಮುಖ ಸನ್ನತಾ ಶಂಕರ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಷಣ್ಮುಖ ಸನ್ನತಾ ಕುಣಿದರೆ ತನಿಸುವ ಸುರಗನ ತನ್ಮನ ಬಾಲಗಜಾನನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯನ ತೋಂ ತನ ದೇವಮಾನವರ ಮೌಲ್ಯದ ಚಿಂತನ ಸತ್ಯಧರ್ಮಗಳ ವಿಜಯದ ಔತಣ ಏಕದಂತನ ಪರಮ ಪುನೀತನ ಏಕದಂತನ ಪರಮ ಪುನೀತನ ಮೋದಕ ಹಸ್ತನ ತೋಂ ತನನತನ ಬಾಲಗಜಾನನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯನ ತೋಂ ತನ ದೀಂ 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 ತನನನ ದೀಂ 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 ತನನನ ತೋಂ ತನ ತೋಂ ತನ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Ms. Bhavna. Ria, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Namaskara, and a very warm welcome to you all. I am Ria, your humanoid host for this morning's orientation program here at MIT Bangalore. While I will be your temporary host for now, my co-host will be joining me shortly. I thought I would pitch in and get us started rather than keep you waiting, and I appreciate your patience. Let us now begin this significant day by invoking light, a symbol of knowledge, purity, and new beginnings. As the ancient texts say, Tamaso Maja Tirgamaya, from darkness, lead me to light. This ceremonial lighting of the lamp marks the formal beginning of our academic journey together and signifies the dispelling of ignorance through the illumination of wisdom. I now invite my fellow companion to present the dia for this auspicious occasion. May I now request 5 of our freshly inducted students, our bright torch bearers of tomorrow, to kindly come forward and join me on stage to light the ceremonial lamp.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः द्रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् द्रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठेत् गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Thank you so much. That was truly a graceful start. Now, I take this honor to invite our distinguished guests and dignitaries to the stage for the floral tribute to our visionary founder, Dr. TMA Pai, whose mission and foresight continue to inspire generations. May I request the following dignitaries to kindly step forward. Our esteemed chief guest Dr. M.F. Singhi from IBM, Dr. Madhuvira Kevin, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Mahe Bengaluru, Dr. Ivan Jose, Director, MIT Bangalore, Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Additional Registrar and Director Administration, Ms. Saritha, CSO, and all other dignitaries present with us this morning. Please join us on stage for the floral tribute, and thereafter, kindly occupy your designated seats on the dais. Let us rise to this moment of reverence and gratitude. Thank you. I will take a leave now.
Thank you, Ria, for being a wonderful co-host and for seamlessly contributing to the flow of this special event during my absence. With the divine light of wisdom guiding us, let us move ahead with renewed enthusiasm, optimism, and unwavering commitment to knowledge and success. Now, I would like to introduce our beloved director of MIT Bangalore, Dr. Ivan Jose, whose inspiration and vision is guiding us to climb heights in the field of education. Dr. Ivan is a distinguished academic leader with extensive expertise in engineering and biosignal processing. He earned his bachelor's degree in electronics and communication engineering from Karnataka University, Dharwad, and completed his master's in biomedical engineering with a specialization in biosignal processing from MIT Manipal. He obtained his PhD in bioscience and bioengineering from IIT Bombay and furthered his leadership training at the Global Leadership Institute, Boston College in 2016. Beginning his academic career at Padre Conceso College of Engineering, Goa, Dr. Ivan has held significant positions at BITS Pilani Goa campus and Christ University, Bangalore. As a founding dean at Christ University School of Engineering and Technology, he transformed the institution into an internationally recognized center of excellence. His initiative included establishing engineering and architecture departments, developing an internationally acclaimed curriculum, and fostering global industry internships exchange. Dr. Ivan was conferred the United Board Fellowship in 2016, which included leadership training at Boston College, Harvard University, and Melbourne Universities. His global outreach includes collaboration and research exchange with universities across the USA, Australia, Singapore, Germany, Canada, Belarus, and China. An innovator in engineering education, Dr. Ivan has developed unique curricula, established industry training centers, and created multiple centers of excellence. His contributions have earned him prestigious awards, including the Young Scientist Award from Microsoft Research Lab and the Rochester Young Scientist Award, USA. He holds numerous publications and patents, including the US patent for early cancer detection, and has guided several PhD students in optical imaging, signal processing, 5G communication, and biomedical engineering. With this introductory note, now I would like to request our beloved director, Dr. Ivan Jose, to formally welcome the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Good morning and welcome to Arambh, day 3 of the orientation program followed by the induction program at Mahe Bengaluru, and to be more precise, MIT Bengaluru's campus. Before we formally commence, I think it's my duty to endorse the commitment, the faith that you have instituted in this institution, and for having sent your awards to MIT Bengaluru campus. May I have all the students who are here to kindly rise? Yeah, this will also embark a little bit of exercise for you because you might be tired. Yeah, some of your eyes drooping. That shouldn't happen, right? Great. So students, here are your parents, your grandparents, your well-wishers. Let's thank them by giving them a big round of applause. While you do this, it's important that you're also giving the conviction that you will live to the best of your possibilities in terms of ensuring in this 4 years, you will have that commitment towards academia, the co-curricular, extracurricular activities which are going to be entrusted to you here, at the same time excel in your own fields. Thank you very much. Kindly be seated. Today you embarked, or rather saw, something different on the stage. You had 2 robos, one humanoid and another one a robo. This humanoid, humanoid is an indigenous product from India, developed by a company called Machani or Zarpi, and you had the other robo, which was imported from Israel, and again, going to be mass manufactured in India by a company called Advanced Manufacturing Systems, AMS. You saw a glimpse of this on stage, and this is something what you will get in your laboratory as a part of your subsystems, how you would be able to develop something like this during the course of next 2, 3, 4 years of time that you will be here. While RIA is constituted primarily for having elderly care assistants, you saw the other robo, and she is primarily having the entire ecosystem of addressing, or rather going and giving assistance as a nurse in the hospital. She can go get into the elevators, she can get to the different places, get into the OT, go to ICUs, go fetch tablets, injections, etc. from the pharmacy, etc., and she can come back as an assistance. While we are aware of these technological advancements and these developmental sectors, it's important for you to also know what comes directly from there doesn't directly move to you as an education or as a translation of technology, but through a sense of a filter. And this filter is something that you saw where a teacher formally guided students by invoking, or rather providing, this lamp which was lit on behalf of all the fraternity, student, parents, teachers, professors, all the members seated down here on behalf of them. And this is a discernment that we appreciate in terms of an educational system of this nature. So thanks once again for being here. I am also delighted to welcome the guests who have accompanied us today. We have Mr. Amit Singhe. He is a director at IBM Research India and Chief Technology Officer at IBM. We welcome you, sir, to this August gathering. We also accompanied by him Mr. Krishnakant Naik. He is the CSR Program Manager for Academia at IBM Skill Built India. We welcome you, sir. We have a senior leadership team of Mahe Bengaluru to you. Dr. Madhu Veera Raghavan, Pro-Vice-Chancellor at Mahe Bengaluru. We welcome you, sir. We have with us Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Additional Registrar and Director Administration. We welcome you, sir. We are also delighted to have the presence of Ms. Sarita Vijayanagar with us. She is the Chief Warden and Student Officer. She'll also take you through the presentation about hostels and hostel-related programs that we have here. Thank you, ma'am. Alongside, we have our Dean, our Chief Officers who are dealing with placements, corporate engagements, etc. We have senior professors here. We have heads of the departments, associate professor, all my fellow colleagues, the coordinators of Arambh, and invited guests, parents, grandparents, it's a delightful moment for you to witness this occasion, and of course, the newly inducted students of MIT. A proud moment for all of us while you are here, and to take you through what is in store for you. And I'm sure you are eagerly waiting to know what was the decision that made you choose Mahe in general, MIT and MIT Bengaluru in specific. My next 6 to 7 minutes of presentation will deep dive into a few of those programs that we do here. What are those niche that you would get through, irrespective of your departments? Today's program or today's orientation is primarily for the students of electronics engineering. And I'm sure you'd also be enthusiastically looking forward for, other than computers or computer-based programs, what are other things that you'll have in store. The first slide that you see on your screen is about where we are today in the country and across the globe with regards to the NIRF ranking being number 4 and other rankings which we've been given an accolades on with different institutions across. Where's our presence? In India, in abroad, including places like Dubai, Malaysia, Antigua. These are places that you would see primarily the icons presented in red are the ones where you will see MIT's presence, or rather MIT governed through Mahe, Manipal Academy of Higher Education. It's also important for me to introduce to you our senior leadership, starting from Chancellor, Dr. Ramdas Pai, Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General MD Venkatesh, our Pro-Vice Chancellor Technical, Dr. Narayan Sabait, who sits in Manipal, and of course we are fortunate to have Professor Dr. Madhu Veeraraghavan, Pro-Vice Chancellor at Mahe Bengaluru campus. What do we have in store? These are the programs that we have across the length and breadth of the institution. 80 plus undergrad programs, 200 plus postgraduate programs, 40 plus PhD programs, 10 plus programs in postdoctoral fellowship, and some new age programs that we deep dive into other than the conventional ones that you would have heard or rather read. To be more specific, at MIT Bengaluru, we formally started in 2021. 2022 mid is where we got inside the campus here. We just have 2 verticals, School of Computer Engineering and School of Electronics Engineering. And all the specializations that you see underway, which are marked below, which could be in the areas of quantum computing, autonomous mobility, data science, machine learning, cybersecurity, robotics and AI. Alongside, you'll also have much more than these being added while you come to 2027 in your 5th semester. On the other side, you also have electronics engineering programs with VLSI Tech, with electronics and computer engineering, and also with robotics and AI. And primarily, these are the students who are present here today for this orientation. What is unique about MIT Bengaluru? In the last 1 year, we've been able to excel in terms of providing some glimpses of state-of-the-art facilities which are driven to you in the form of centers of excellence that we call. And how are these centers coined, or the few of the centers which are yet to come? They are coined based upon the perception of what is this technological advancements for the future, number 1. What is it that you should be aware before you get graduated and down the lane 10, 15 years from now, where you shouldn't get obsolete of? Number 3, is that directly connected to the growth of the country, GDP of the country, and what is that you should be participating on? These are a few governing factors basis on which we are driven and we assess ourselves in terms of what should we give as a part of education to you young minds. So in that connect, one of its center that you would see, and please do go and witness these centers around, is the Autonomous Center instituted by a company called MINI. And you have an autonomous vehicle on campus, which gives you a feel of a complete scaled up model which moves around the campus, while you are also deep diving into the skill sets which are inducted for you through your subsystems created either through perceptions lab like LiDARs, 3D LiDARs, 2D LiDARs, etc. Stitching the map, which is algorithm development, and also to see what happens if an unknown factor intrudes into the vehicle, cybersecurity. These are skill sets which gets embedded. And while I say this, these are centers open for irrespective of which department you belong to. Now, when we say that you just witnessed the robo, you'll also see this robotics laboratory, which are going to be instituted as a part of centers of excellence, including humanoid. And before you graduate in your 4 years, you'll actually get a touch and feel of these. And when I say these are finished products. And this is not what you should be thrilled of. What you should be actually thrilled of is how do you get into the making of them. And that's the backdrop that you will be governed or you will be taken through developing these subsystems at the backdrop, may it be in the areas of robotic process automation or may it be in the areas of the small-time sectors, like, let's say, deep diving into pneumatics, hydraulics, or even PLCs. How do you code? How do you get an access to them? These are all things which you are going to be having an access on. Indigenous laboratories instituted by the centers, Apple iOS, where you get a hands-on to develop apps. Not just that, to participate in several hackathons which are conducted by this renowned institutions on campus. We got the IBM Skill Belt, inaugurated just about 3 months back. And you're also witnessing them on the podium today. The senior leadership of IBM was here to ensure that this plethora of opportunities in terms of the softwares which are parked here can come to your rescue in terms of how you can deep dive. Not just that, mind you, students have the freedom and they explore the possibility of becoming authors and co-authors with company representatives. And that's something very unique that you would get at MIT Bengaluru. You would have heard about having a co-authorship with faculty members, but having a co-authorship with company representatives or company officials, it's rare. And you get that opportunity here. Now, why should they come to you? Definitely, unless they say that stuff in you, they would not come near you. And this is what students have been able to project, what they are really good at, being in tandem with what companies are doing. And this is the exposure company is giving to you, including some latest advancements in the areas of data prep kit, which our students were given an exposure to. These are all things which comes to you as a part of innovation. We also have an exclusive lab called Digital Twins or Gamification. And what is there in here? Here you see something like having Apple Vision or Apple Vision Pro or Meta's, the Quest and other gadgets. What do we do here? While you have autonomous mobility on one side, which not just takes care of the road mobility, it also takes care of robots, drones, etc. It also helps you to visualize, get into the experiential learning. And primarily, we're looking at how we can target at Indian ecosystem, moving around in the sectors which are agri-tech, and how our students can get this flexibility in terms of identifying those problem statements which are very, very renowned and very much in the need of the hour to addressing them in the Indian ecosystem. For you students who belong to electronics, we also have propositions for EDA tools, at least to the level of chip tape out, if not fabrication. And what happens here? You get the insights from the companies around Bangalore to take your designs to the level of benchmarking, to the level of how this benchmarking can happen, to the laboratories which go to like TSMCs or to IMAX, where we would get the comfort levels of what are the differentiating factors. Now, these are being dwelled directly to you by the company professionals who are around Bangalore. This is our vision project, and I'm happy to formally introduce, or rather announce to say that the leadership at Mahe has agreed to have a unique center called Quantum at MIT Bengaluru or Mahe Bengaluru's campus. And you would witness this physical infrastructure coming at our premises in the next 8 months to a year. And this facility is going to be unique for the fact that we would have this facility taken to our vertical called healthcare, and how we can deep dive into introducing this entire concept as compute technology in delivering to the ecosystem, which is in the area of, let's say, drug delivery, drug discovery, or early diagnosis or prognosis, or to the sector, which is very unique, called rare disease identification. Now, these are two ends. And why I'm saying all these things, we wish to see in you engineers for tomorrow, not just by learning what is being bookish or the conventional brick and mortar proposition, but rather come out of it and see how you can apply to them in the applications which are very relevant for you and which are futuristic in nature. With that, I should also expose to you some of our stars. When we say we take pride in this infrastructure, this 80 plus acres of land, and the infrastructure inside, we also take pride, immense pride, in our faculty members who have, and we recruit them not just from renowned institutions of national significance in India, but also from overseas. As you can read them out, some from Carnegie Mellon, some from University of California, Berkeley, and others who are onboarding with us. We are in a constant churn out in terms of identifying them across the globe with international exposure and how they can transform you in your classes, not just by giving you the fundamentals or the foundational courses, but also to touch bases on what happens across the globe. These are areas where our faculty members are constantly researching on. They either get their funds, national level, through these areas, or they also promote research in collaboration with students at campus here, where you also get to publish alongside them in terms of being a co-author, also to come out with ideologies or ideas which are worth patentable. We have our presence, and our students also go abroad, and there are different mechanisms through which you are encouraged to move outside India. One of those mechanisms which are very conventional are twinning programs that we have between institutions, the plethora of institutions that we have tied up with. We just had 3 of our students visited University of Auckland in New Zealand. Again, mind you, QS 65. We have another student who's gone to US, and these are all people, and these are institutional fundings given to the students who have got a benchmarking record of 9 and above CGPA, where Mahe funds them in terms of having you given an access, not just to the universities, but to the renowned research facilities across the globe. And we wish you to go experience and then come back and give those experiential learnings back to your department and to your fellow colleagues. Some of the student-led projects that you would see here, maybe in the areas of drone, robots, or autonomous mobility. We have one such project called Underwater Autonomous Vehicle, which is a purely a project taken up by our students of undergrad, and they are going to witness in participating an overseas competition in the United States. Now, how does that happen? It's purely an idea conceived by students, taken to the next level through the group formulated within MIT Bengaluru, and at the same time, endorsing how you are able to benchmark both locally, at the national level, and at the international level. An institution funds for this. And this is something which we encourage our students to be purely global in terms of your ideologies, where you can go and deep dive into these, to the sectors which we have mentioned here. Some of them exist, some of them are in the process of making. You will definitely have the liberty to be part of this entire ecosystem. Having said all these things, it's important for me to also project some numbers to you. Yes, we did close at 68.9, about 69 LPA the last academic year for the students. I'm not really worried about this number. For me, what's important is the one that's gravitated to the right-hand side. And this is where we have our early engagement with the corporates right from semester 3, where you are taken through the case studies, use cases of companies back at your classroom level, engage thoroughly with them, and see whether you can have a project right at the early stage, which I just now mentioned. We have around 20 students who have got such engagement done and who have got a publication co-authored with IBM employees. These are the kind of corporate engagement we encourage to students in terms of, and what happens in the process is they send an invite to you during your summer term or during your final year program, which is the entire 7th and 8th semester. If you be part of that, you can park yourselves for the entire year in the industry. Industry will pay you, definitely. Not just that, you also stand an opportunity to work alongside as a part of apprenticeship. Some of the company titles or the names who visited us, and they are adding on year, but at the same time, we are quite fortunate to see how startups come on board. We also give experiential learning for our students, being part of that ecosystem, and also to help support you. How well, if you wish to choose this journey, can be much more rewarding for you in years to come. That's my formal presentation to you, and formally I take off the stage. It's important for me to leave you with this message. While you are journeying this 4 years, whatever I showed you as glimpses, these are something which no one will force you to. It's your individual capacity with which you will have to explore things out. Look at how well you want to be benchmarking against your peer, not just being around here, but across the country, to see how competent you would be when you move out of the alma mater. Having said that, go explore the globe. take the best of the best educations, best of the best company profession, but come back. Come back, give it back to your nation, because we need you in terms of what we are today and what we will be in days to come. With that note, I formally end my presentation, wishing you all success and a great journey at MIT Bengaluru campus. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your earnest welcome address. We are delighted to have you among us. Now, I request Dr. Kaushik Mishra to welcome our beloved director, Dr. Ivan Jose. Thank you, sir. Now, we would like to broadcast a special message from a Pro-Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, Mahe.
My dear students, we are delighted to welcome you into the Mahe family. Here, you will find the perfect blend of academic excellence and holistic growth. A plethora of opportunities wait for you here as you step into the proud legacy of Mahe and become the leaders of tomorrow. Wishing you a transformative and inspiring journey ahead. Thank you.
I extend a warm welcome to all the new students and parents of Manipal Academy of Education for the academic year 25-26. We at Mahe not just provide education, but also a transformative life experience. I extend a very warm welcome to all the students who come to our university to experience education in a holistic manner, not necessarily just providing education. We also provide an educational experience of global standards, including opportunities for you to explore and diversify your existing knowledge and skills. I'm sure your journey here at Mahe will be fulfilling and transformative so that you become ready to take up any role across the globe in any discipline that you wish to excel. In addition, you'll also see that there will be a holistic development of mind and body in the university, which will make you a better human being as you go forward. May all your aspirations come true. Mahe will be with you in all your endeavors, ensuring that you transform as you learn.
Thank you for your wonderful message. Mahe Bangalore is renowned for its association with distinguished stalwarts, and we are honored to welcome one such eminent personality as our academic leader. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Sindhu S. to introduce our dynamic and inspiring Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Madhuvira Raghavan, Mahe Bangalore, to the gathering.
Very good morning and heartfelt welcome to RM 2025. I am Dr. Sindhu S., Assistant Professor, Department of Science and Humanities, MIT Bengaluru. It's a privilege to introduce Professor Madhuvira Raghavan, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Management, Law, Humanities and Social Sciences, Mahe Manipal and Mahe Bengaluru campus, effective from April 1st, 2023. He also holds the position of TMA Pai Chair, Professor of Finance at TAPME, and Dr. TMA Pai Endowment Chair in Management Research. He held the position of Director of TAPME from 2017 to 2023. Professor holds an MBA in Finance and Investment and a PhD in Finance. With over 20 years of experience in world-class business schools, he believes that business schools should work for outcomes that support the mission of the school. Professor Veera Raghavan's research interests are in the areas of corporate finance, behavioral finance, and the interplay between auditing and finance. He is a referee for several leading accounting and finance journals. He has published more than 50 papers in international journals and has presented his work in top conferences in finance and accounting. His work has appeared in elite journals such as Management Science, The Accounting Review, Journal of Financial Economics, Contemporary Accounting Research, Journal of Financial and Quantitative Analysis, Journal of Corporate Finance, Journal of Empirical Finance, Journal of Banking and Finance, Journal of Management, Journal of Business Ethics and Auditing, a Journal of Practice and Theory. He is also revising a manuscript for the review of accounting studies and preparing manuscripts for submission to several top-tier journals. Professor Veera Raghavan has obtained research funding of over 500,000 Australian dollars from the Australian Research Council Discovery Grant Scheme and the Australian Research Council Linkage Grant Scheme. Professor is an editor of the Journal of Contemporary Accounting and Economics and serves on the editorial advisory and review board of Accounting Theory and Practice. Professor has won many awards for his work in both national and international conferences. Recently, Professor has been ranked 223 in the world in the Brigham University 2024 Accounting Research Rankings for his contribution to accounting research. He is also a recipient of AICTE Dr. Preetham Singh Best Teacher Award 2021, awarded by the Honorable Minister of Education, Government of India. The Social Science Research Network has announced that Professor Veera Raghavan is ranked in the top 10% of the authors around the world. Professor Veera Raghavan is also a trustee of Mitras Foundation, an NGO that provides free skill development courses to participants from rural backgrounds with the sole aim of empowering young lives. Without a further ado, please join me in welcoming our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Madhu Veera Raghavan, with a big round of applause. Now I request Professor to address the gathering. Sir.
Good morning, everyone. You're there. I have a quiz for you. Do you remember what Sindhu just introduced about me? Do you remember anything? That just shows you're so comfortably asleep. Okay, so to the chief guest of the day, and Krishna Kant from IBM, both of them, thank you very much for taking your time to visit us today. And to all of you, the students, families, my colleagues, both on the dais and off the dais. I'm just going to take 8-10 minutes maximum. I'll go through the presentation, but can I have a good morning from you before we begin? I have a lot of energy, guys, and I can't do really well if you don't show that energy with me, right? So you need to be really pumped up. This is your first day, right? Then why are you looking so glum and disappointed? Have you made a bad choice? Or have you made a bad choice? Huh? Okay, good morning again. See you this time. Good. Go get some good breakfast after this, perhaps lunch. Okay, so we're going to call this Enter, Explore, and Excel. For very simple reasons why we have it. You're entering a great campus, a great institute, a great university. The next 4 years, you're going to explore a lot. Number of things you're going to explore, academic, non-academic. And then we're all hoping that you'll also excel in those things. So that's why we use those 3 words, Enter, Explore, and Excel. So Mahe Bengaluru, I don't need to do a hard sell. I don't need to introduce the campus to you. You're aware. You've probably seen on videos, YouTube, whatever. It's a very vibrant campus. This is just been 4 years. You know, we are not even, and we're doing some great work in this campus. I'm going to show you what we're doing. We have a fantastic idea of how to blend your traditional and new learning approaches, practices, which I guess over the next week, when you do your induction with MIT, faculty will take you through the sort of whole pedagogy, curriculum, cutting edge stuff, all of those things will come to you. We also want to make sure both the VC and the Pro-chancellor spoke about transformative experience, leadership, something that we want to make sure we equip you with those skill sets. I'm hoping the chief guest, when he gives his address, he'll probably talk about some of those things that they require, the skill sets that you will require, and where the world is headed. So perhaps he will touch upon those. I don't know. I've not spoken to him, so I'm just sort of, guessing. And we want you to make a positive difference to the world. That's the whole idea, right? So I've already showed you. We are very proudly number 4 in India in the NRF rankings. It's not easy if you understand how many universities exist in this country. over 1,000 plus, and then you're both government, state, and then, private universities. To be here is a great feat, and I'm very happy to be part of this amazing university. Internationally, of course, we have multiple rankings. You would have seen all of this before, but again, for the parents who are probably here or may not have seen it, both in the QS World Ranking, the Shanghai, and the Times, you can just see how, we're making substantial improvements in the world rankings. These happen every year, and it's important that you are at the top of your game. Otherwise, you'll quickly slide through those rankings as well. So in Mahe Bengaluru, we have 10 institutions. MIT is the largest, and you are the part of that great institute. We have 9,500 students, including you guys, enrolled in this campus. Almost 500 plus faculty members. I think almost 150 plus would be from MIT. And this is a fascinating 80-acre campus. You will have plenty of time to explore, and you will really have good fun this campus. There's a bit of construction site, so be careful. Don't go around those areas, but otherwise, the campus is yours. This is your home, right, for the next 4 years. In Manipal, for example, we have 3,600 plus students, international students who come to us, and then 270 plus international collaborations. These are large universities. And remember, when Manipal collaborates, we don't collaborate with anybody and everybody. You have to be ranked within the QS 500. So that's a signal of quality. And then 80 plus partnerships. So Ivan spoke about exchange programs, visits, both faculty visiting, students visiting. All those amazing things will happen. I really don't want to take too much of your time because I'm not sure how much sleep you have had, what you have eaten so far. So I'm going to keep my talk really short and sweet, right? And the most important person is the chief guest. That's the person you want to hear. Because what I will say, you'll say, oh, this guy is all Mahe staff. So he's going to give you some very general, note as well. So that's on that. Global alumni, we are a very large university, as you know. 2.5 lakh alumni. That's a huge number. That's growing. And in 4 years, you're going to be part of that family, that Mahe alumni family, right? So around 50 countries across the world, you have Mahe alumni spread over. And there's huge events happen. There are so many institutions. They all have their own alumni as well. So it's a huge, huge, huge family. So you're going to be part of that, guys. Look, I can be here for the next 5 hours and talk about MIT alums, but that I cannot do. I have limited time. Here are 6 people I've just taken. And if they cannot inspire you, I don't know who else will. Right? These are all MIT Manipal grads, right? And I don't need to introduce any of these people on this slide or on the next slide. But you are now at a fabulous institution, excellent learning you're going to get. Please make sure you do your best. Your schooling is all over. You're now at university. Here, there are no teachers. We're not going to monitor you day and night. We're going to treat you like an adult. And I'm guessing that you will do well. So here is Satya Nadella, Banmali Agarwala, Rajiv Suri. There are many more. I've just picked up a few. Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Varun Maya, Mahesha Datpuri, all of these are from MIT Manipal, right? Same family. But again, just to demonstrate that even if you come from a small town, in a small Manipal town, you can head the world's largest corporations. Would you not like to see your pictures 15 years from now or whatever, when whoever is the PVC at that point in time, introducing to the new batch? I'm sure some of you will find your pictures there, isn't it? It is possible, right? At least say yes, for my own satisfaction. Okay, so here are the corporate partners. This is not an exhaustive list. Just a sort of companies, and today we have IBM here. They do great work. We do great work with them. And that's a sort of partnership that Ekalavya and team and Ivan team have been building, right? We are not just talking to our corporate partners for some jobs, some placements, some internships. It's a very deep engagement, right? Otherwise, I would have called it placement. And I always tell my students, you don't choose universities for jobs. You choose them for careers, lifelong careers. And that's what Mahe will do to you. That's what MIT will do to you. Right? If you're really good, if our input is good, throughput is good, the output should be good. Which means you'll end up with very good opportunities, offers. I mean, Ivan spoke about 70-odd lakh package. That's phenomenal, isn't it? For a fourth-year student to just get that kind of number. That's great. And that builds the career. It's not about how many lakhs you earn. It's about what profile, what job, how much you're going to... And is that going to be a last job? Of course not. Most probably not. But that's the thing that we want. We are here to build your careers. That is the difference between a great university and a good university. A good university will give you jobs, will prepare you for jobs. We prepare you for all those challenges that you'll probably not anticipate, right? So here is a quick show of, placement highlights at MIT this year. It's been phenomenal. And Ekalavi and team and Ivan team have been doing a magnificent job bringing all these companies. And look, students that walked in 4 years ago when there was no campus, when there was just one building. Today you have a PVR. Look, it shows outside, right? Coming now, showing now, coming soon. It's almost like a movie theater when you walk in. That's how, this does not exist 3 years ago. So that's how the campus was growing. And so the very first batch when they walked in, they had very little, but they still did a great job. On programs, I'm going to leave this to MIT colleagues. Perhaps Prema and others will run it when they're doing the induction next week or this week. So they will talk about all the programs, the curricula, pedagogy, how do you practice, assessments, rubrics, all those things, they will take care of that, right? Emotional well-being, this is largely for parents because I'm sure you're also reading so much of news, and I'm sure our friends from corporate also will realize that too many bad things are happening where students are not so mentally strong sometimes. So there are things happen and challenges, peer pressure, many of those. And so how do you deal with it? So as a university, we pay great attention not just to academics, but not just to physical well-being, but also to emotional well-being. And that's why we launched this amazing initiative this year called Manam, which is to normalize conversations of difficulty, stress. I mean, it's not a stigma. We don't want to stigmatize the whole thing, right? We want people to say if they have a problem, they should be able to talk about it. That's how comfortable you should be in this campus, right? So basically, it's not a course. There are no assessments. There's a sort of certificate that you'll get, but you'll be aware of your emotions. We'll give you small tools. We have experts who come from outside to do this. So this is something that you should utilize. On a day, you may be feeling a little down, depressed about something. Perhaps, you guys didn't make it to the first internship interview, whatever. It can impact some people, right? So, but you should have facility inside the campus to be able to talk about it, rather than saying, I'll keep this to myself. On the digital side, Ivan's already done the introduction, so I will probably skip this in the interest of time. On the sustainable part of it, we are a very large campus, 80-acre campus with excellent sustainability sort of features. Remember, we all want to leave planet Earth better than the way we inherited. It may be difficult, it may be very difficult, but we want to give it a shot. And that's why we have solar panels, rainwater harvesting. We have a lot of other facilities on campus to make sure that we can coexist, right? So we don't want to destroy the campus of building some bricks and mortars. We want to make sure this campus is green. So number of trees you will see, number of birds that come to campus, 50 plus birds, species of birds that come to campus. So all of those things are very beautiful, and I'm sure you will enjoy that. On the infra, on the gym, we have a 200,000 square feet marina, which I'll quickly show a video, 30-odd seconds of video, but I'm sure many of you will join. I mean, I go to the gym regularly, so does Raghavendra, so it's a great gym. I'll just quickly show the video, play the video to you, in case parents are not, they don't have the time to go and see what great facilities we have at this campus. So the idea is to use the gym, not just to show you the video. And so life at Mahe Bengaluru, it's a lot of fun. We also have a chief happiness officer. We have to issue the offer letter to her. I've been telling the HR, give her the letter and a compensation too. its compensation comes in pedigree food form. But yeah, so her name is Kushi, but she won't enter your hostels, but she'll be around the campus. It's a 2.5-year-old lab. We have 2 German Shepherds as well, but if you're trying to bring some wonderful stuff into campus which is not allowed, you'll have to get through these 2 boys. And if you get through these 2 boys, it's like saying in cricket, right? If Stark doesn't get you, Cummins will. So if they don't get you, somebody else will. So these are 2 German Shepherds. Be careful, don't go near them. They, of course, have their own trainers and handlers, but just want to appreciate them from distance. But the labs you can definitely touch. Yeah. So it's all continuation life at Bangalore, guys. It's a lot of fun. If you're wondering, if parents are wondering, do these guys study? It's like Tata Steel. We also make steel. So they also study. So the current batch, very quickly, this is the composition, 33.5% ladies and 67% gentlemen. And then on geographical diversity, we are spread across the country. You can see it's not a state school, it's pan-India. Almost every state, you can see representation here. And I'm sure many of you are from these states. This year we had not approximately, actually, 18,946 applications for MIT Bangalore. MIT alone, MIT entirely had over 55,000 or something like that, right? So MIT Bangalore at 18,946. And only 1,487 students we picked. So I think you've done a good job. At least this is where you should be applauding, which you rightly did, because it's about you. So that's a good job. Well done. Congratulations to all of you. So therefore, you belong in this campus. You belong in MIT Bangalore. You belong at Mahe Bengaluru. Delighted to have you all here. Wishing you the real very best over the next 4 years. If there's anything we can do to make your career even more interesting in a positive way, we would love to do it. Thanks very much. And to all the parents, thank you so very much for coming from the length and breadth of the country and for your faith and trust, both in Mahe Bengaluru and MIT Bengaluru. And I can assure you, in terms of curricula, in terms of education, we'll be absolutely on top. And you guys, you're not only being challenged by other schools, but also look at Goldman Sachs, what they did. They hired a nice software engineer called Devin. And this great guy, just software engineer, AI-driven, only codes, no sleep, no breaks. Most importantly, Goldman doesn't have to pay a salary, no raise. So you're competing with, and the Bloomberg Intelligence Report tells you over the next 5 years, there's almost 200,000 people will not have jobs. So in this competitive world is where we are operating. And that is why Mahe and MIT should be on top of the game, and we are. If you don't, you won't have careers. And that's the reason why we have great faculty, why we have great infra, why we have great curricula, why we have great discipline, and why we work so closely with amazing corporates such as IBM. So thank you very much for your time, and I don't want to take any more time. I'll see you all the best. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring our young minds with your insightful words. Your address was truly enlightening and immensely beneficial for our students. We are honored to have a pillar of institutional leadership, Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Additional Registrar and Director, Administration, brings unparalleled dedication and strategic vision to the efficient functioning of Mahe Bengaluru. It's my privilege to invite Dr. Preeti Hebbar to introduce our administrative leader, Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, to the gathering.
Ellarigu namaskara. A very good morning to the esteemed dignitaries, faculties, parents, and students present here. I am Dr. Preeti Hebbar, Assistant Professor in Department of Science and Humanities. It's an honor to introduce Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Additional Registrar and Director Administration, Mahe Bengaluru. Hailing from Pakala near Manipal, Dr. Raghavendra obtained his graduation and post-graduation degree in mechanical engineering in the year 2001 and 2003 respectively from Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal. Dr. Raghavendra obtained his PhD from Mahe, Manipal in the area of manufacturing engineering in 2014. He has over 20 years of experience in teaching, research, and administration. At present, he is the Additional Registrar and Director Administration of Mahe Bengaluru campus from May 2025, with a wide range of experience in handling student-related activities, academic and examination activities, as well as department, institute, and university events. Dr. Raghavendra, along with his dedicated team, is responsible for setting up this campus. Since 2005, he has served the organization in various capacities. Dr. Raghavendra has served MIT Manipal as the Assistant Director Academics from 2015 to 2019. He was the key member of the team instrumental in implementation of the Student Lifecycle Management System at MIT Manipal. He was one of the members of the team constituted by Mahe for preparation of the application for Institution of Eminence, and he was the nodal officer of the Mahe for Institution of Eminence. Apart from teaching and research, he has served as faculty advisor and sports advisor of various student clubs of MIT Manipal. He has been awarded as the Best Teacher Award in Mechanical Engineering stream in 2012 and has received Best Paper Awards at various forums. He is a life member of Indian Society for Technical Education as well. Dr. Raghavendra is also a good sports person with special interest in cricket, football, badminton, and athletics. Kindly join me in welcoming Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu with a big round of applause. Over to you, sir.
So good morning, everyone. The chief guest of today's function, Dr. Amit Singhi, other dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, the faculty colleagues, my dear students, parents, and all the university officials. So it is my pleasure to be here on the third day of the MIT Orientation Program, ARM, organized for the Electronic Engineering stream students. So first of all, congratulations to all the students for securing admission to the program of your choice at MIT Bangalore. At Mahe Bengaluru, we are driven by a vision to create not just competent engineers, but responsible global citizens. The infrastructure that you see around, the vibrant academic ecosystem, and the student-centric culture are all designed to nurture your aspirations and help you thrive academically, socially, and personally. As the additional registrar, my office oversees the administrative support and student services. We are here to ensure your experience is smooth. Should you face any hurdles, my team and I are always accessible. You are never alone on this journey. Over the next few days, you will hear from our esteemed faculty, heads of departments, and university leaders. You will get a glimpse into the academic rigor, research opportunities, and co-curricular landscape that awaits you. I encourage you to explore, engage, and make the most of everything the institute and the university have to offer. I would also like to highlight the importance of discipline, ethics, and empathy. While academic excellence is essential, your character and conduct will define your success in the long run. Be respectful, stay curious, and support one another. To the parents, thank you for placing your trust in us. We assure you that your children are safe in our hands and will be mentored with utmost care and attention. Once again, welcome to the Mahe Bengaluru family. Wishing you all a fulfilling and transformative journey ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for igniting the young minds with your words of wisdom. Your message was really informative and extremely helpful for the students. We are truly privileged to have with us today Dr. Amit Singhi, whose remarkable journey and accomplishments continue to inspire many. I now call upon Ms. Tulika Datta to introduce our honored chief guest to the gathering.
Thank you, Rashmi ma'am. Good morning, everyone. It is with great honor that we welcome our chief guest for today's program, Dr. Amit Singhi, Director of IBM Research India and CTO for IBM India and South Asia. Dr. Singhi leads IBM's research efforts in India, driving innovation in key areas such as hybrid cloud, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, cybersecurity, and sustainability. In his role as CTO, he also collaborates closely with academia, government, and industry to advance IBM's technology's vision, especially in AI, quantum, and semiconductors. An alumnus of IIT Kharagpur and Carnegie Mellon University, Dr. Singhi brings a wealth of expertise and inspiration for young minds stepping into the world of technology and innovation. We are privileged to have him with us today. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Amit Singhi.
Okay, good morning, everyone, all the distinguished guests, all the parents and grandparents who are anxiously looking forward to how things are going to work out for your children, and most importantly, all the students who are joining MIT Bengaluru. Many congratulations. When I was looking at the presentations from the director and the other guests, it almost makes me feel like coming back as a student. All the amazing facilities here, that you set up, the labs and the subsystems, very exciting. So heartfelt congratulations to all of you. I know you must have gone through a lot of ups and downs waiting for your college admissions, and it's great to see you all here. For me, I'm really happy, and it's a pleasure to address students at this stage of your journey, because it's a special time. It makes me think about my first couple of days when I went to Hostel in my undergraduate, in my bachelor's college. It's a time where, from what I remember, it's unique because you have all these hundreds of other people all in the same boat as you, not knowing anything about this place, coming in with a lot of openness in your mind, a lot of hope, a lot of excitement. It's all inside you, right? And the others, all the hundreds of other students joining are also in the same state. It's very unique. Probably the last time that happened was when you started your school, class 1 or whatever, when everyone was coming together. And it doesn't happen too much again in life. So these 4 years are special. They were special for me because there were 3 big things. I was just sitting there and thinking about what my 4 years were like and what were my takeaways from them. This experience, this feeling of not exactly knowing, as you probably feel today, what this place is, what the hostel is like, how are the others like, how the class is going to be, am I going to like it? It's actually a boon. It's a great place to be because it drives curiosity. I bet many of you are feeling in your heart that maybe I should say hi to 5 people today. Let me see what that other person is doing. And that's a feeling that you don't always easily get. So cherish this, keep it alive, because what I realized is that was one of the big things for me, is somehow I was fortunate that during my entire college experience, that thread continued, right? And because of that, there are 3 things that were really empowering to me, and I want to highlight those to you as students who are going to take the next 4 years doing this. Keep your eyes on that. One is, it's a unique time to build relationships. Of course, you're going to learn about technology, and I'll talk about technology for sure. That's close to my heart, so I cannot not talk about it. But the relationships that I built during those 4 years, they last a lifetime. And the process of building the relationships brings a kind of a confidence that serves you after you leave college, right? Because you build relationships not just with your comfort group that you had in school or that you had in your family or your family friends, but these are unknown people. These are unknown people from different parts of India, different preferences, different mindsets, new teachers, administrators, juniors, seniors. It's actually a learning time to actually understand how to build relationships, how to build trust. You may see somebody and think of them as, okay, that person is just a nerd, all he does is study, or that person doesn't like to study. These are all impressions. If you can leave those aside, get to know people really one-on-one. There's nothing like that. So do use these 4 years to learn how to build as many relationships as you can, whether you like the person or not on first sight, leave that aside. I think that's very, very important. It's a skill in this age of AI and automation, that is going to be extremely important for success, for happiness, because skills that we learn, if you get good at one skill, that becomes old in 3 years and shorter time today. But the ability to engage communities and people and bring people together, that is something only humans can do, and that is where new ideas will take off. The second thing that I really took away from my 4 years, and I hope you do, is try your hand at everything, right? And I'm talking about extracurricular at this point. I'm not talking about the technical and the curricular parts. There's a lot, Sir talked about, we also educate, but there's a lot of other things also, right? Anything constructive you see, and I'm not talking about the destructive stuff, because there'll be some of that too. I'm talking about the constructive stuff. Maybe it's not your thing. Oh, I never draw stuff, or I never danced on stage. What is this play? Let those 5 people do the plays. No. Tell yourself, let me just try my hand at everything. Because, like I said, all of you are coming to this stage with the same situation. You're all new here. So nobody has a particular advantage or disadvantage or anything. So don't hold yourself back. Don't let skepticism come in your way. Because if you do, you'll restrict your own self, nobody else. So try your hand at everything. Okay, maybe you're not an expert at that, you'll figure it out. But another very important thing happened when I did that to some extent, not as much as I should have, is it also gives you a confidence when you're out in the world after graduating to try your hand at everything there. This is like a lab where you can get comfortable with it. Like you did physics experiments probably in your class 11, 12. You got comfortable with certain things. And so now if you have to do more complex physics experiments, okay, you can do it. But if you had never done that, it's going to be even more daunting to you. Okay, how do I make inferences? How do I make tables and observations? So use this time to try your hand at everything. Use the relationships to try your hand at things together, because that's even more empowering. The third thing, and the most important thing, is learn about everything, right? I mean, above all, this is a time for learning. The college time is a time for unprecedented learning, right? It's the kind of learning you can do during your college is just like levels beyond what it was in school, frankly. And like I said, you don't get this opportunity too much in life. Sure, maybe you'll go for a master's or PhD. PhD is kind of different, but maybe in a master's. This is a time where you get, the main thing you have to do is learn, get good at things. So don't let yourself be restricted by saying, I like this topic, I don't like that topic, this subject is great. No, just learn everything. It may look boring, but I'll tell you one thing. The more you learn about something, the more you feel like learning more about it. The more you don't learn about something, the less interesting it is. But overcoming that initial barrier is hard, but use the relationships to do it together, right? Don't let yourself be stopped, because again, in this age of AI and automation, the one skill that's most important is learning how to learn. Because even today, I have to relearn lots of new things. Krishna knows this because he lives and breathes with me in IBM. The world is changing very fast. You have these robots today. 4 years from now, it's going to be looking very different. 20 years from now, when you're deep in your career, it's going to be even faster change. The thing that will be most important is, do you know how to learn fast and how to apply that and not get blocked by your own biases? Right? So if anything, don't let your biases come in the way, which is why I was saying this feeling that you have now, there's very few biases, right? You're sort of open to explore. Keep that alive in all of these 3 dimensions. Then you'll get the most out of your college experience. So with that, maybe I'll talk a little bit about in my journey in the corporate world, being a researcher. I've been in IBM over 17 years now. This was my second job. This was my first job after PhD, and I've stayed with it. Right? I started in the US, then I moved back to India 9 years ago, and enjoyed every part of it, and still enjoying. So it's been a long journey, but one thing is, a company like IBM and many other big companies, they give you a lot of diverse experiences. And so there's a couple of things that I've learned that I thought I'll share with you, which really serve me well, around what helps with success. There are really two things that have worked for me. One is trust. When you're trying to be successful or do something, it's impossible to do it all alone. It's not going to reach success. It will only work when you have others working with you, for you, around you, and joining you in your journey. That will only happen if they trust you, right? And of course, you all know about trust. I don't have to tell you what trust is. But what I learned is, it's not whether you think you're trustworthy. If I asked any of you, okay, are you trustworthy? I'm sure you're going to say, yes, I'm trustworthy. Who will say, no, I'm not trustworthy? Very few. So that's not the thing. What matters is, do others think you're trustworthy? And understanding that is not obvious, right? Because we are always colored by our own impression of ourselves. Usually, our brain is wired to think good of ourselves, which is good. It gives us confidence to operate. And so we don't see that thing. So you have to learn how to see from the other's eye and differentiate that somebody who's trusting you, how do they behave? Someone who's not trusting you, how do they behave? That will give you a sense of what it means to earn others' trust. And that has to be earned every day. That is earned only when you're committed to everything that you do, whether it's at work, in college, at home, with your friends, wherever it is, right? If you say something, if you do something, you do that or not. Trust is extremely important because that is the foundation on which you can build success. The second is excellence. That has really helped me over time, is again not whether you think you're excellent. Yes, sure, you should think you're excellent, otherwise nothing will happen. It's whether others think you are excellent. And that is not just excellence in your grades, but excellence in trying to do everything that you do. So if you are trying your hand at something that you're not good at, of course you're not going to be the most excellent person. But everyone who is involved in that, do they see that you're giving it your best? Do they see that you are striving for excellence? If they see that, then they also get motivated in the same way. It creates an environment of can do, rather than an environment of let's just do what we can, right? And so this combination of trust and excellence is killer. And if you can pay attention to it in this journey, kind of practice this a little bit, I can tell you it will serve you really well as you go out into the world. I'll talk a little bit about technology and India because that is really close to my heart, something I live every day. I've had opportunity to learn and work both in India and in the US and some work here and there across the world. I can tell you one thing very confidently. There is no other more exciting place compared to India in the world today if you want to be involved in technology that has meaning and that is cutting edge. And I'm not making it up because I've spent quite a bit of time trying to do cutting edge technology. And the work we do here in IBM Research, but in many of the other companies, is absolutely world-class, absolutely world-class. It's all happening in India. It's not just happening in the MNCs, it's happening in the local companies. And it's not just the companies, the government is deeply committed to making it happen in India. For example, there are these national missions that have been launched in the last few years. There's the India Semiconductor Mission. So over a $10 billion investment by the government to create a whole semiconductor industry in India. There's the National Quantum Mission, $700 million investment to create multiple quantum technologies out of our research labs. There's, I think, 114 or something research faculty across the country working on major projects. There's the India AI Mission. That's $1.2 billion to create groundbreaking AI out of India for the world and for India. And you can see a lot of that also in the news, right, with startups and this and that. The kind of energy this is creating, I can tell you, it's hardly to be found in other countries, especially in a free, open environment like we have in our country. And the potential that technology has for us as India is mind-boggling. A small example, I shouldn't say small, a concrete example of that is mobile phones. When mobile phones were invented in the late 90s and they were rolling it out, India was even less developed than it is today. But the amount of penetration of mobile technology and what that has enabled for everybody, from the driver to the delivery guy to the farmer to the small shop in a tier 3 city with payments and this and that, it's amazing. There's nothing like that elsewhere in the world. And the same potential exists in our country with all these other frontier technologies that are coming, whether it's generative AI or quantum. The kind of diversity we have in our country of language, of cultural backgrounds, economic backgrounds, geography, these are all, we are used to it, but frankly, if we overcome these barriers, the potential that exists in our economy is huge, right? And that kind of delta potential, I don't think any other country has. And if we can use generative AI to address that, there's so much economic value. We're going to see a lot of big companies growing up in the next 5-10 years. We're going to see big government initiatives. We're going to see great research happening. So I'm super excited about this time in India, and I just want to share that with you. Hopefully it's a bit contagious. So do keep an eye on what's happening. You can track this in the news. There's also, if you want to go deep into the policy space and see, okay, what's India thinking about it? There's a great initiative by Niti Aayog called Niti Frontier Tech Hub. So just keep an eye on that. They come out with reports and things. They're kind of long, but you can slowly read them. But keep a tab on what's happening with technology in India, because you're training in that space, you're in India, so when you come out, you're going to be ready to participate in that, okay? So that's all I have to say today. Hopefully it was informative, and wish you all the very best for the next 4 years and your careers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your insightful thought-provoking address has set a perfect platform for our students. As a token of gratitude and honor from Mahe family, I now request our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan, to present a memento to our chief guest.
Thank you, sir. Words are not enough to express our gratitude. Thank you so much. Gratitude is when memory is stored in the heart, not in the mind. As we come to the close of MIT-RM 2025, it's our bound duty to thank everyone who have given their time and efforts towards the success of this program. To express our appreciation and gratitude, I now request Dr. Ramaswamy S., HOD ENC, to present oath of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It is indeed a privilege for me to propose a vote of thanks on the first year student orientation program at Manipal Institute of Technology, Bangalore. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Amit Singhi, for gracing this event with his presence and sharing such insightful words with our students and parents. Your message will certainly inspire our young minds as they embark on this new journey. We are deeply grateful to our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Madhu Veeraraghavan, for his constant support and visionary leadership that guide our institution forward. Our sincere thanks to Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Additional Registrar and Director Administration, for his valuable presence and continued encouragement. So we are grateful to our beloved Director, Dr. Ivan Jose, Director of MIT Bangalore, whose leadership has been instrumental in elevating the learning environment at MIT Bangalore. We also extend our thanks to Sarita Vijayanagar, Chief Student Officer, for her unwavering support in student welfare and for being a strong pillar of our student community. I warmly welcome all our first-year students and their parents to the MIT family. We look forward to walking this journey together, filled with learning, growth, and success. Finally, I thank all the faculty members, staff, organizing team, and everyone who contributed to making this orientation program a grand success. Thank you. Wishing our students a bright and rewarding academic journey at MIT Bangalore. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We thank all the dignitaries profusely for spending your valuable time with us. We delightfully request you all to please descend from the dais and kindly occupy the front seats in the auditorium for the remaining part of the orientation program.
Hi everybody, good afternoon. Right now we are just, we want to take a small reel with all of you, and we have all our dignitaries over here. You all have to just say Mahe Bengaluru very loudly. You can stand up from your places and then just say Mahe Bangalore. I know it's a little bit like, it's fine, let's just do it. It's a group thing, okay?
Now, let us begin with a video that offers a glimpse of MIT Bangalore, a place which is inspired by life.
Excellence is a mindset, one that inspires you to go beyond your comfort zone
to achieve your full potential, driving you towards greatness. It was with this mindset with which the visionary Dr. TMA Pai set out to achieve excellence in education at Manipal over 6.5 decades ago. He pioneered independent India's first privately funded medical school by setting up Kasturba Medical College in 1953. Over the years, Manipal has grown from strength to strength, creating multidisciplinary world-class institutions in India and across the globe.
Over here we have courses that are both challenging and rewarding. The courses are widely varied from computer science to electronics to cybersecurity, data science, etc. The faculty over here both excel in their own fields and are amazing at also mentoring. This was absolutely the right choice for me, and I do wish to see you here in Mahe, where the sky is the limit.
You belong here.
Thank you for the video. MIT is renowned for its rigorous academic excellence, pioneering research, and strong focus on applying knowledge to the real-world challenges. We take pride in fostering a diverse, inclusive environment that encourages learning, collaboration, and mutual respect. As we begin this journey, knowing the rules of the game is key before you step onto the field. Dear students, over the next 4 years, your mission is to navigate and embrace the academic ecosystem at MIT, unlocking the successful engineer within you. Keeping this in mind, we are happy to have with us Dr. Prema KV, Associate Director. She has always shown keen interest in our activities, and in her, we found a great strength and support to all the programs we undertake. May I now request Dr. Prema KV, Associate Director, MIT, to kindly elaborate on the academic framework and learning journey at MIT.
Dear students and parents, I'll quickly take you through the academic process that is followed at MIT Bengaluru. I request both the students as well as the parents to pay attention to what I'll be discussing and telling over these few minutes. The flow of my presentation is as follows. I'll be explaining the current BTech programs that are being offered to the admission batch 2025, followed by the academic process and the student support system. From this year onwards, for the computer science stream, all the students will take admission to BTech in computer science and engineering. In the first 2 years, they will be studying the fundamental courses related to the computer science domain. Then at the end of the 4th semester, based on CGPA, they have the option to choose one of the specializations. The different specializations that are being offered are BTech CSC with specialization in artificial intelligence and machine learning, specialization in cybersecurity, data science, quantum computing, and BTech CSC with specialization in gaming and digital twinning, as well as another specialization, robotics and artificial intelligence. As part of each of these specializations, students will be studying 5 lab-integrated courses in the 5th and 6th semester, which will sum up to 20 credits. Which are those 5 lab-integrated courses for each of these specializations? You will come to know about them in your HOD's presentations. As far as electronic stream is concerned, you have the option to choose your specialization at the beginning itself. That is when you are taking admission in the 1st semester itself, you have the option to choose a specialization. The various specializations are BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering, BTech in Electronics as well as Computer Engineering, BTech in Electronics Engineering with specialization in VLSI Design and Technology, and also BTech in Robotics and Artificial Intelligence. Again, for each of these programs, what is the structure and what are the different subjects that you will be studying will be explained to you in your induction programs by your HODs. To get a basic BTech degree, whether it is in the computer science stream or in the electronics stream, a student must earn a total of 160 credits. These 160 credits are spread across different years. In the 1st semester, student must earn 22 credits to complete all the courses. In the 2nd semester, another 22 credits, so it will come out to be 44 credits for the 1st year. Similarly, in the 2nd semester, student needs to earn 43 credits, 3rd year 42 credits, and 4th year another 31 credits. Totally, it is 160 credits. In the final year, you don't have any theory classes. There is only one project work that you have to do, and this is for about 12 credits. The project work the student will do either in the industry. If he has been selected by any industry for the internship, there will be a stipend paid during that internship and they will be carrying out the project there. However, if a student wants to pursue master's or doctoral programs, then he has the option to do the project work in the institute itself under a faculty mentor. Then there are humanities and management subjects for 6 credits. There is a 1 credit industrial training course, which is a mandatory learning course. There are another 9 credits which are in the form of open electives. These are also mandatory learning courses. By mandatory learning courses, what I mean is these are the courses which you have to compulsorily clear, but the grades are not used for CGPA calculation. So there will be 1 open elective offered in the 5th semester, another open elective in the 6th semester, and 1 more open elective in the 7th semester. Each open elective is for about 3 credits. And when I say open elective, it is a course which is offered outside your department. Say you are an electronics department student and there is a course which is offered by, say, School of Computer Engineering. You can go to School of Computer Engineering, study that course. There may also be courses offered by our law school or a school of Srishti SMI, Srishti School of Art and Design, or a program which is offered by the Department of Commerce. So all these courses, you are able to register for those courses and study. These are called as open electives. Apart from open electives, we also have what are called as program electives. These are the elective subjects which you can choose, which are offered by your own department and you can study them. In the 7th semester, we have only electives, either program electives or open electives. In the 8th semester, there is only project work. If a student does the project in the industry, we call it as a practice school. We follow a flexible credit system where the total number of credits that a student can earn depending upon his capability and mental ability, it varies from 160 to 188 credits. To get the basic BTech degree, every student must earn compulsorily a minimum of 160 credits. Then we have the other provisions such as opting for a minor specialization. Now, suppose you choose a minor specialization in a particular stream. I'll explain this concept in detail in the coming slides. Then you have to do, as part of this minor specialization, a mini project for another 8 credits. Therefore, at that point of time, when you take up this minor specialization and do the mini project also, then you will be earning 168 credits. Now, for meritorious students, we have another option called as BTech Honors program. It's completely optional. If a student takes up this BTech Honors program, then he has to earn additional 20 credits. It's not compulsory. And there is a CGPA cap. If you have a CGPA of 8.5 and above, only then you are eligible to opt for BTech Honors. And in BTech Honors, students will be studying courses at a higher level, 5-level courses, which are the courses in the PG program. You have to study 3 such courses. Each course carries 4 credits. And you also have to do a project under the faculty mentor. That project work must result in a journal paper publication. So if you fulfill all this, you will be earning another 20 credits. And you will be eligible to get the degree as a BTech Honors in Computer Science and Engineering. This word honors will appear in your degree certificate. We follow a 10-point credit system where the number of credits depends upon the number of hours that a student is engaged per week. For example, for a theory course, if a student is engaged for 3 hours lecture and 1 hour tutorial in a week, then it is a 4 credit subject. If it is a laboratory course, then 2 hours of practicals in the lab is equivalent to 1 credit. A student is said to have completed a course if he has passed in all the courses that are available for that particular semester. For example, typically in a semester, there will be 6 theory courses and 3 lab courses. If a student clears all those subjects, then we say that a student has completed that particular semester and he has earned all the credits of that particular semester. Attendance regulation. I request both the students as well as the parents to pay attention to especially the attendance criteria. We wish and we want the students to attend all the classes of a particular course in the entire semester so that the student can understand all the topics of that particular subject in a clear way and he will get the confidence to answer any kind of questions, and he will also get the confidence to do a project in that particular course. However, due to various reasons, it may be you may not have been feeling well on a particular day, or there are some family functions to attend. Because of this, you may not be able to attend all the classes. Therefore, we insist that a student must have an attendance of minimum 75% attendance for every course. Without this minimum 75% attendance, you will not be eligible to sit for the end semester examination. Please, keep note of this. Every student must have a minimum of 75% attendance for every subject, without which he will not be eligible to sit for the end semester examination. When he is not writing the exam for that course, he will be getting what is called as a DT grade. DT means detained in that particular subject because of lack of minimum attendance. Absence for more than 6 weeks without informing the head of the department or without informing the teachers will lead to program termination. However, such a thing will not happen because we are continuously tracking the attendance of the students. If a student is absent for 3 continuous classes, immediately your teachers are going to call you and ask you what is the reason. If you are not responding to the phone calls of your teacher, immediately a phone call or a mail will go to the parents saying that your ward is not coming to the classes. In case of a DT grade, student must re-register for that course whenever that course is offered along with his regular semester subjects. In order to ensure that a student is not overloaded, we prevent a student to register for more than 36 credits. So you are permitted to register for a maximum of only 36 credits in any semester. Evaluation process is divided into 2 major components: in-semester assessment for 50 marks, another end-semester assessment for another 50 marks. In-semester assessment is further subdivided into quizzes, assignments, and midterm exams. So after your classes begin, in about a month time, you'll have a quiz for 10 marks. After that, there will be midterm exam. Then that is followed by the midterm exam is for 30 marks. Then it is followed by the assignment for another 10 marks. So quizzes 10 marks, midterm exam 30 marks, and assignment 10 marks. Totally it is for 50 marks. Then at the end of the semester, for each of the theory courses, you have to write the end semester exam, which is for 50 marks. The laboratory courses are assessed based on continuous evaluation, which is for 60 marks, and there is a lab exam conducted towards the end of the semester, which is for 40 marks. By continuous evaluation, what I mean is every week what the student is doing in the lab, whether he is able to conduct the experiment or do the coding exercise on his own or not, how actively he is participating in the lab, that is being observed by the teachers, and depending upon his performance, he will be getting marks. Please note that when you go to the lab, you should go prepared for the lab. Don't be under the impression that, I had a heavy lunch, I'll go and sit in the lab and relax. My teacher will tell me everything that I need to do. She will keep on giving me the instructions, and that will go for 1 hour. Afterwards, I will, think of coding. That is not going to happen. As soon as you come, it's expect that whatever you are supposed to do that week, particular week, the teacher has already covered in advance. Teacher has already informed you in the class, this is what we have to do in the next week in the lab. And therefore, you have to come prepared and start executing, your programs or conducting the experiments. Of course, when you get stuck and your program is not working, there are some bugs getting generated, experiment is not giving the results, then our teachers will come near your table and assist you and ensure that you get the result. But you should start working on your own. So your performance is going to be assessed and you will be getting evaluated for 60 marks. Please keep this in mind. We follow a relative grading system. By this, what I mean is your performance in the class is also depending upon how your peers are performing for that particular course. If the subject is very easy and you might have scored good marks, but above you there are many students who have scored even better than you, then you may not get the highest grade because there are so many other students above you, whose marks are higher than you. This is a relative grading. The highest grade that you get is A+, and the corresponding grade point is 10. Similarly, for a grade letter of A, the corresponding grade point is 9, and so on. To pass in any particular subject, the minimum grade required is E grade. Suppose you have not got E grade, then you will be in one of the categories called as F, I, or DT. F means it's a failure, you have failed in that particular subject. And DT means, already I told, you didn't have the attendance, so you didn't write, you are not allowed to write the exam, therefore your marks card is showing a DT grade. I grade means incomplete. So this situation will happen when a student has got sufficient attendance and he is permitted to write the end semester exam. But on the day of the end semester exam, due to some emergency, he could not come to the exam hall. Maybe he fell sick or something else happened. So he will be getting a I grade. All these 3 cases, they have to re-register for those courses whenever the courses are offered and clear those courses. End semester examination is compulsory for all the theory courses, even though the internal marks of the student is quite high. Say out of 50, you have gotten internal marks of say 45. Then you cannot say that my 45 marks is sufficient, I will pass in this course, so I will not write the end sem exam. My sister's wedding is there, so I will go home and enjoy the wedding. I will not write the end semester exam. That cannot happen. Please, keep note of this. A minimum of 18 marks out of 50 is a must in the end semester examination. All of you have to write the end semester exam and score a minimum of 18 marks. Even though your internal marks is very good, without 18 marks, you will not be clearing that particular subject. Both the internal as well as end semester marks are added together, and this total must be greater than the cutoff for a particular subject. The cutoff is not fixed. It's not always equal to 35. It depends upon the performance of the class, and the cutoff varies from 35 to 49. I hope you are able to get. It varies. It may vary based on the question paper and how the students are answering that particular paper. It is variable. It is not fixed. Only if your total marks is above the cutoff, you will clear that particular course. And also we ensure that all the students are able to see their answer scripts after they write the exam. Whether it is midterm exam, you can go and see your answer scripts. Even if it is end semester exam, students are allowed to do the paper seeing. You can see what you have written, and if you have any concerns, you can write it down and your teachers are going to go through or read, okay, what you have mentioned, what is your concern that you have mentioned, and they are going to go through your answer papers once again. Only after the paper seeing, your results are going to be declared. So we are that transparent. You need not worry about your marks. Okay, so whatever you have written, based on that, based on the answer scheme which has been prepared, answer scheme is also visible to you. You can see what was the answer expected for a particular question and what you have written. Then after paper seeing is over, you will be getting the final results. And also please note that if you have completed a course, that is you have got a grade which is E or above, then you cannot again ask for improvement of grades. Suppose you have got a D grade and then you cannot appeal that, no, I want to improve my grades. Please, okay, permit me to write the exam again. Such a thing is not entertained. For all the students who have not been able to clear the theory papers, there is a makeup examination which happens before the beginning of the next semester. So after your regular exams are over and paper seeing has happened, then your results are out. Suppose you have failed in a particular subject, then okay, you will get a mail to re-register for that particular course and write the makeup examination. Suppose it's a student with a F grade. That means he has already written that particular exam and is writing the exam for the second time. In that case, the maximum grade that he can get is capped to C, because this is your second attempt at that paper. The maximum grade that you can get is only C grade, even though your marks may be very high. But suppose it is a high grade student, he could not write the exam due to valid, okay, medical reasons, and you have to prove that it is a valid case by submitting all the associated documents in advance before they declare your grade as a high grade. Then if such a student, high grade students write the makeup exam, then there is no capping. He will get whatever is the grade corresponding to his marks that he has got. Now suppose a student has failed in the laboratory course, then also there will be lab exams conducted. In the first semester we call them as winter labs because your vacation is going to be somewhere near December, November end and December. So that's a winter time, so we call them as winter labs. You can register for the winter labs and clear those lab courses before your next semester begins. Suppose it is in the second semester, so it may be somewhere towards the end of April and May, so we call them as summer labs. If you have failed for in any lab in the second semester, you will be registering for that lab as part of the summer lab session, and you will be clearing those labs. So for both theory as well as laboratory courses, you will be given one more chance to complete those courses before the next semester commences. So please keep in mind that soon after the end semester examination, don't book your travel tickets to go home. Assess your own performance. Is it possible that you are likely to fail? Then you wait and see if you have failed. Try to attend the lab exams and try to clear. And also there is a paper seeing, after the last end semester exam, there will be paper seeing process. You will be getting a mail which subject paper seeing is on which day. So please wait for that mail and see that it will get over in another 1 week or 10 days after the end sem exams are over. Only then please plan your travels. The academic performance is indicated by using two components. One is called as grade point average or CGPA, which happens at the end of every semester. Your performance in each semester is shown by your what is called as GPA. Then your cumulative performance, that is over the successive semesters, how you have been performing, that can be known through what is called as cumulative grade point average. So there is this re-registration process, as I told earlier. All the students who have failed, who could not clear even in the makeup exam and summer labs, they can again re-register for that particular subject whenever it is being offered, and you have to pay the re-registration fee. There is a re-registration fee for both theory as well as lab. You have to pay for that, and then you have to register, and you have to attend classes and then, okay, do well and try to clear those subjects. Academic progression. This is very, very important. Please pay attention here. A student must acquire some minimum number of credits before he is promoted from one year to the next year. See, at the end of the first year, as I told earlier, in the first year there are around 44 credits. Out of this, you must have a minimum of at least 26 credits. Only then you are eligible to go to the second year. Otherwise, it will be declared as academic probation for that particular student. You will be in academic probation, which means that you are not eligible to attend third semester classes. You have to attend your first year classes depending upon which subject you have failed. If you have failed in all first semester subjects, then you have to start attending those classes. Or if you have failed in second semester subjects, you have to attend those classes, acquire the attendance, get the internal marks, write the end semester exam, and clear that subject. Only then, again, at the end of the year, if the total number of credits is 26 or more, then only you are permitted to attend third semester classes. Please keep this in mind. Okay, it is 44 credits what you are supposed to earn. We are asking for just 26 credits. If this also you can't do it, then we are not allowing you to go to the second year. Similarly, at the end of the second year, if a student does not have minimum 68 credits, then he is not promoted to third year. Again, at the end of the third year, if a student does not have a minimum of 110 credits, then he will be under academic probation and he is not eligible to go to the final year. So, inability to attain the minimum credits will result in academic probation for the student. 2 such academic probations in 2 successive years, okay, you are into this academic probation, then you may have to leave the institution. Okay, your study will be terminated and then you may have to leave the institution. Please keep this in mind and ensure that you will not get into such a difficult situation. Some of the highlights of BTech programs. The first one is BTech Honors. As I told earlier, this is for those students who have the additional who have the capacity, and they are enthusiastic enough to learn some additional subjects which will amount to total of 20 credits. So some students are interested and they are also capable of studying in the same timetable. There will not be any extra time for this. In whatever is your course duration, in the same duration and your timetable, they are going to fit these additional subjects. And if you are able to study that, you will be getting a BTech Honors degree. To apply for this, you should have a minimum CGPA of 8.5 at the end of the 4th semester. Then, as I told earlier, you will be studying 3 subjects. That is, each subject is of 4 credits at a higher level, PG level subjects. So, one subject you will be studying in the 5th semester, one PG level subject in the 6th semester, and another subject in the 7th semester, totally 12 credits. Then you must do one more project, which is, in addition to what is a BTech project that you will be doing, one more additional project for 8 credits. And this project must result in a journal paper publication. So altogether it will come out to 20 credits. Then if you are able to earn this and you are also maintaining a CGPA of 8.5, in the end, at the end of 8th semester, then you are eligible for receiving BTech Honors degree. Another highlight of BTech program is the option to choose for go for minor specialization. As part of this minor specialization, you will be asked to study a basket of 4 subjects under each minor specialization stream. Each subject is of 3 credits, so 3 into 4 is 12 credits, plus you have to compulsorily undertake a mini project for 8 credits. Then you are eligible to get the minor specialization. Please note that this minor specialization nomenclature will appear in your 8th semester marks card. Whereas in your degree certificate, your degree name as well as, okay, if there is any specialization, major specialization, that will appear. So here I have given an example of computer science stream. Okay, similarly, it is applicable to electronic stream students also. Now, suppose you are a student of BTech in computer science and engineering, and you have chosen the major specialization as artificial intelligence and machine learning. And then you choose to study a minor called as healthcare analytics. Okay, then your degree, in your degree certificate, it will be BTech CSC within the bracket name of the major specialization. Then in your 8th semester marks card, this minor specialization nomenclature is going to appear. Another important highlight of BTech program which aims to provide global exposure to our students is semester abroad scheme. As part of semester abroad scheme, students can study 1 semester in either Indian or foreign partner university, and the credits will get transferred here. For this, you should have a minimum CGPA of 7, and you can go for this semester abroad scheme starting from 5th semester, either in 5th or 6th or 7th semester, you can opt to study abroad. This is only one-time opportunity. It will not repeat in every semester. In these, okay, 5th to 7, any of these semester, only once you can go abroad and study. And we have an internationalization office in the campus here. You can go to that office and meet the concerned people and find out how, okay, it can be carried out. We are a green campus, and we ensure that the paper usage as well as plastic usage is minimized. All our assessments are in the digital mode. If it is a quiz or an assignment, it will happen in our learning management system called as LMS portal. If it is a midterm exam or end semester exam, it will happen in a tab called as ePad. All students will be given training on the usage of ePad. The advantage is you need not carry any stationery to come for the exam hall. The device has got built-in pen and color pencils, highlighters, calculator, everything. And also it will ensure that others are not able to peep into your answer paper and copy. It will also eliminate totaling errors that may creep in if you go for a manual mode of totaling. And training will be provided to all the students regarding the usage of ePad. We do have what is called as lecture capture solution. So in a class, whenever a teacher goes and takes the class, the entire lecture of the teacher is video recorded, and it is available to the students from that day evening onwards. So due to any reason, if you are not able to go to the class, then you can go to this LMS, LCS portal, and you can go through the video lecture and try to understand what was covered in the class. Similarly, there is an LMS portal where students will be uploading their assignments, and they will also be taking the quiz exam. This is how your LMS portal will look like. All of you will be receiving the login credentials to use this LMS portal. We also have what is called as SLCM, Student Lifecycle Management System, which serves as a single window for students for all their academic requirements. The student timetable as well as attendance is visible in this. All the student details are also available in the SLCM portal, your name, registration number, currently you are in which semester, what are the courses that you are going to study in this particular semester. All this is visible. Your performance, whether it is in the form of quiz marks or midterm marks, all that you can see in your SLCM portal. And even your financial details will be visible, how much fee you have to pay, all that. There's a finance tab, you can click on that and you will be seeing those details. You can also apply for a no objection certificate when you're going for any internship, or if there is any branch transfer or withdrawals. All these activities you can carry out in the SLCM You'll also get training on the usage of SLCM, and login credentials will be shared with you. And also all the event, any kind of circulars, they want to, through which they want to, the students to participate maybe in some workshops. All those, circulars and notices will be floated in this SLCM portal. And parents, please note that you will also be receiving login credentials for the SLCM through your ward. Whatever your daughter or son is going to submit as your email ID, for that email ID, login credentials will be sent. In case you have not received the login credential, please ask your son to talk to the mentor and receive the login credentials. You can also log into the portal and you can see the performance of your ward, whether he is attending classes or not, how much marks he has got in his quiz or midterm exam. All these are visible to you also. So please keep this in mind and ensure that, as much as possible, whenever you are free, you're going to log into the SLCM portal and see the, performance of your ward. So this is how, SLCM, will look like this, screenshot. Attendance information in different subjects is visible here. Similarly, the different marks of quiz, midterm, will be, as and when the teacher uploads the marks, it will be visible. This is about the fee details, course fees or so any other type of re-registration fee or makeup exam fee, something like that will be visible here. Coming to the academic calendar, I am showing a very brief overview of this academic calendar. As you all know, we have orientation from July 14th to 17th, and your classes are going to commence from 21st of July. The last instructional day is 12th of November, and your end semester exams are going to start from 17th November, and it will be up to 29th of November. And again, I am telling you, after the end semester exam, there is a paper seeing process. Please wait before you start traveling. And your next semester classes are going to commence on 5th of January 2026. In order to ensure that our students are able to manage their academic activities in a smooth manner and they are able to perform well, we have two important student support systems. The first one is mentor-mentee scheme. For every student who is admitted, a faculty mentor will be assigned. Mentor will be one of the teachers. The mentor is going to call the student every week physically and talk to him and ask him whether he is having any difficulties. He may not be able to understand the classes properly, or he does not know where is the stationery and how to get the library card. Whatever is the doubt or the difficulty, the student is expected to share it with the mentor, and the mentor is going to resolve it. So this mentor-mentee scheme is set up in order to ensure that every student has a smooth transition into professional education. So whenever your mentor calls, please respond. And if you're having any difficulties, please talk to your mentor, open up and share your difficulties and ensure that the issue is resolved. Similarly, we want to know whether you are able to understand the classes or what is happening in the classroom and labs. So we have constituted a class committee. Every class committee has a chairperson who is the HOD or the dean of that particular branch. And all your teachers, theory handling teachers as well as lab teachers, they will be the members of that class committee. There will also be your CRs, so class representatives, as well as one or two other student members. They are all members of this class committee, and the class committee meets twice in a semester, once before the midterm exam, to see how well you are prepared and are you able to understand, or are there any difficulties and challenges that you are facing. So during the class committee meeting, we will be asking the students, so the representatives of the class committee, they have to discuss with their friends in advance to understand what are the problems and tell it to the committee, and we ensure that the difficulties or challenges are resolved then and there itself. We also ask the teachers about the students' behavior or what is happening in the classroom. So the objective of this class committee is to ensure that the academic process goes on in a very smooth and effective manner. With this, I have come to the end of my presentation. If you have any more doubts, you can either discuss with me or please, share it with your mentor or, with any of the teachers. They will be able to clear the doubts. Education is not learning about the facts, but it is the training of the mind to think. So we aspire to give that kind of training to you so that you can apply your mind to think, you can discover, evolve, and shine. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for conveying detailed information about the academic process at MIT. MIT is primarily a residential campus, home to over 5,000 plus students in its hostels. Our student community represents diverse backgrounds, each bringing unique stories and experiences. From today onwards, we encourage you to fully engage with a wide range of academic and personal growth opportunities available, shaping your intellect and character for a meaningful student life. To support this journey, MIT is deeply committed to offering personalized care and attention to every student during their time here. The hostels at MIT are not just accommodation, they are truly a home away from home, a vibrant community where lifelong friendships are built and holistic development is fostered. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Sarita Vijayanagar, Chief Student Officer, to brief you the guidelines of the hostel facilities. Before this, I have small announcement. After this Sarita ma'am's presentation, there will be an interaction session. All our Mahe officials will be on stage. If you have any queries or any doubts, you can clarify here itself. Please be seated. And then after that, national anthem will be played. Then you can go for induction and orientation. It is scheduled in respective classrooms. All the details have been mailed to you. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. While you all are at the hostel, we'll have to continuously keep saying, please maintain silence. And it is the reverse now. Thank you. Before I move to some slides on hostels, I would also like to cover some aspects which are common for all the students, whether they are day scholars or hostels. I'm not going through this. This has already been covered. First is to understand about the various committees that we have to support the students. So there are a lot of students who are going to be in hostels. So there's a mess committee that comprises of students from all institutes in addition to all the officials. And we discuss about the feedback on the mess and what corrective action or support the students may need. There is absolutely no tolerance as far as the ragging is concerned. So there is an anti-ragging committee, which is headed by Pro-VC, Professor Madhuveer Raghavan. You heard him in the morning. The Internal Complaints Committee addresses complaints which may be filed against, basically it is a committee that addresses requirements for prevention of sexual harassment at workplace, prevention, prohibition and redressal. So this committee is also there at the campus, which addresses any such challenges that might be there. Discipline is an extremely important part of your journey as you grow and navigate in the system. There is a disciplinary committee. We are very, very strict about certain aspects of discipline, and the disciplinary committee addresses those concerns. There's a central student body which comprises of members from across institutes, and this is a very prestigious student body where we connect with them to understand the pulse of what the students need. Are there any changes that are required? So it's a committee that works closely with us. And of course, on the cultural side, there are a lot of initiatives that happen. We've just last year, built this Muse, which is a music room, and students from various institutes, the clubs are there, the music clubs are there, they come and practice here. Then when it comes to security, there are certain things we are very sticky about, and student safety, I think all of you agree, would be very, very important, and something that we will not compromise on. So there is a lot of effort that is put in by us as an organization. So there is video surveillance. There are about 1,500 plus CCTV cameras. Here it is 1,300, but there are 1,500 plus CCTV cameras that are there across all the campuses and the hostel spaces. Entrance control and visitor management is handled by the security team to ensure that all the visitors who come inside are follow the respective protocols that are there. The attendance of all the students in the hostels is taken through the biometric facial recognition based system. The command center at the campus is manned 24/7 by highly qualified security team, and they look at what they're observing in these 1,500 cameras at all times, and if there are any alerts that need to be raised, they will do that. There's man guarding, and there is also a team that takes care of fire support and firefighting. Now there's a round-the-clock security, so there will be requirements where the bags will be checked, frisking if required. There's parcels that, the students get parcels that will also be checked, and there will be patrolling round the clock that is available for the students. And all these are, we believe, are a mandatory part of ensuring safety. While we do this much from our side and more at all times, it is also important that we understand that security is a joint responsibility. It is also important that the students are mindful of what they are doing and follow the protocols that are expected. So just a few pointers here we have. The first most important thing is that as a student, if you need any help or support, please reach out, and our team will be there to support and guide. Attendance in classes is extremely important. This is also for parents to track the attendance of the students both in the academics as well as in the hostels. If there is missing attendance, then the students do get the warning letters and there are fines associated with it. But it is an extremely important component because that's where we first get a sense of whether the student is in the campus, in the hostel or no. Correct parent information is also very important. At the time of admission, while filling the forms, if you have shared information about the student only, this is the time during onboarding and during the admission process, during SLCM registration, which Dr. Prema mentioned about, please ensure that the correct information of the parents is available, the email IDs as well as the phone numbers, and this is required for us to maintain, and to reach out to you in case of any emergencies or support that may be required. There are also some railway tracks around this place, just behind the campus. There are railway tracks. Students should be mindful of those places, completely avoid, because we've come across situations where students, when they're walking, they'll wear the earphones, noise cancellation earphones. They will not know, whether a train is coming, and there could be mishaps. So please be mindful, avoid railway tracks. And similarly, there are certain water bodies. They're not safe for swimming. So please do not venture there. And I think everyone has a sense of what is right, what is wrong. So please avoid wrong company, avoid doing things which are not going to be, healthy for you. So like the speaker, chief guest in the morning mentioned about his journey. He also mentioned that, do constructive things and explore in constructive areas. So don't get into things which may lead you into problems. Adhere to the speed limits in the campus and off the campus. Always wear helmet, and we can avoid doing the tricks and the wheelies. It's not safe. We have a medical center at the campus. It's a fully we do have 24/7 availability of doctors, as well as nurses are available. In case of any requirements, the first aid requirements are available here. In case there is an escalation of treatment and the student needs to be taken to the hospital, our team will assist in that. Ambulance is also available at the campus for any emergencies 24/7. There's a pharmacy that has started in the campus recently. And I also hope that while you packed things for your child, you at least pack the basic medicines that he should carry, and if required, of course, the pharmacy is there, and till they learn to order and things like that, it is important that they have this available. Similarly, when we speak about physical health, it is also important to touch base very briefly on mental health and well-being. While Professor Madhu spoke about Manam program, which is a very unique program to Mahe Bengaluru, there are also counselors available at our campus to aid the students in case they have any kind of a requirement or support that they need. In addition to that, we have a tie-up with Your Dost, which is a 24/7 facility or support that is online platform where a student can reach out in case they have any kind of a requirement, maybe at 2 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock at night, there's a, they feel that they need to reach out to someone, there's a panic attack, or they're getting very stressed about something, they can reach out to Your Dost, and that will be done. You can log in, and it is a free service. Only thing is that we will have to share your data after the entire admission process is completed. The registration numbers will be shared. Basis the registration number, the student can log into Your Dost for any support that is required. There is internet facility that is provided to the students in the hostels as well as in the academic blocks. Up to 3 instruments or equipments you can have your Wi-Fi enabled over there. Up to 30 Mbps per device that is provided, unlimited data, and it is not chargeable. There is Campus Smart for your basic requirements at the campus. I'm sure by now if you have explored the campus, you have seen it. There is similarly a stationery mart and a saloon that is available at the campus. Games, yes, we do want to encourage all the students to actively participate in physical activity. So there are a lot of facilities that are available outside the, in the open areas. These are not chargeable and not subscription based, but Marina is subscription based. So what video you saw in the morning, students can subscribe for it and avail the facilities there. These are the hostel blocks that are there, over 5,800, and next year this number is going to go up again as we have an additional hostel block that would come up. Different categories of room, you all know at the time of booking you have seen there could be a single room, double room, triple room, maybe attached washroom or a common washroom, or it could be AC or non-AC. This is something that you're all aware of. Then as far as the services are concerned, at each of the hostel blocks, by now, if you have done the onboarding, you would have seen the wardens supporting you at the, at the hostels. So the wardens are available 24/7. You can reach out to them for any support, and they will be your first point of contact. Housekeeping services, whether it is repairs, maintenance that is required, will also be taken care by our team. And health coordinators are available to support any requirement that you may have and any assistance that the students may need to go to the clinic or to the hospital. Now, in the first year, you all have done the hostel booking basis, first come, first serve basis at the time of booking whatever is available. Going forward, for the second year onwards, the protocol is different. It is based on certain criteria, which it is very important for all of you to understand right now. It is based on CGPA. So it will be up to your first semester, whatever is your GPA, that will be taken into consideration, and going forward, CGPA for every subsequent year will be considered. Now, so this is important because if everyone wants a single room, I may have only 100 single rooms and there are 500 people apply. There has to be a criteria for us to decide. So the GPA or the CGPA is considered. And of course, the hostel track record. So there are lots of rules and regulations. If there are violations of hostel rules and regulations, that will also impact the, the category allocation. And sometimes it can also lead to a scenario where the hostel facility will not be provided based on the track record. And of course, the availability. So, and when it comes to, sharing rooms, that is double room, triple room, quadruple room, it is the joint CGPA of the members put together that will help us to decide what is the category of room to be provided. From the next year onwards, there will be, in the hostel management system itself, the students can select that, give their choice of roommate as well as room category, and based on this information, the allotments will happen. Of course, we will take the data of the GPA, CGPA from the evaluation department and not from the student. So we will have that in place, and this is how the allocation will happen next year. So if you've got whatever category this year, whether by choice or otherwise based on availability, next year it could be a little more difficult because it is going to be based on a lot of other criteria, and it is not first come, first serve basis. Mess facility is available. So there are 2 mess partners that we have. I am sure at the time of onboarding, you may have interacted with them if you have already onboarded, which is Chef's Touch as well as Blue Dove. They provide, you can register with any one of them, and every month in a small window, for about 2 days we will open up, and that communication will come to you from the General Services Department. About if you wish to change your mess partner, you can change it, and it has to be at least for a period of 1 month. And of course, based on availability of slots at each of the mess partners that are there. And night orders, if there are midnight hunger requirements and things, while they're studying together, they want to eat something, they can order, but the order can only be through the Chef's Touch and Blue Dove, and not from any other external Swiggy, Zomato, and things like that. If you want to order from Swiggy, Zomato, it should be in a manner that you collect it. The parcel counter does not collect food items. The parcel counter is only for Amazons and those kind of things that you may order, but it does not collect food items. There is laundry service which is there. This is up to 30 washes in an academic year, 6 kgs each time. And the student will have to drop it at the counter and pick it up from the counter within the specified 48 hours, typically that they take. And for all hostel students, this is an important app that they should register for. I'm sure you would have already registered, not just you, but also the parents, because the leave application process will have to be routed through the app. So the student has to apply the leave, the parent has to approve. After the parent approval, the communication will go to the warden, and once the warden approves and initiates the gate pass process, it will go to the security, and the security will make a note of it, and then only the student can leave the campus. So this is the process that is followed, and it is on return. Again, the security has to be notified about the return, and the warden has to be notified about the return. Then they will get into the normal attendance cycle. Maintenance, all the tickets are raised in this particular system. So in case, in your room there is any problem, maybe an electrical problem or a plumbing issue, the tickets can be raised in the Zolo app, and our team will address the requirements that are there. Parcel management is again something which is through the app. Any parcel that comes, it is collected at the counter, and OTP based. They have to show the OTP and then collect the parcel. Similarly, food vendor, we have spoken. Events also, a lot of promotion happens for the events, and feedback is also collected through. This is non-academic feedback that I'm talking about. Now, you may have also gone through the rules and regulations and the code of conduct, which was already shared with all the students in advance. And there are certain electrical equipments that are permitted, not permitted, and some appliances are permitted at a cost or at a charge that the student has to pay. So you can, initiate that payment in case you are carrying any of the items. So these are allowed without any charges. You can go through this list. It is here. These are the items that are allowed with a charge. So these things you can, if you're carrying it, you have to first ensure that you go to the hostel management software and make the payment for these items, inform the warden, and after that, the warden will validate these items, appliances, and then it is authorized for you to keep those. In case this process is not completed and these items are found, it will be confiscated. And when we say confiscated, it is permanently confiscated. It is of no use for us. It gets condemned. And as far as parents are concerned, they have paid their money for it. So please ensure the process are completed. And if any of the students are carrying these items which are not permitted, which are prohibited, please ensure that you return it back and let the parents carry it back with them, because otherwise it will be confiscated. Please make a note of it. We have a zero tolerance on ragging, manhandling, banned substance, and alcohol, cigarettes and vapes. When I say these substances, whether it is banned substance, alcohol, cigarette, vape, both consumption as well as possession. So a student can say, oh, I don't smoke inside, but I smoke outside. That's why the cigarette is there. Sorry, it's not supposed to be there inside. Possession inside the campus is not permitted, whether it is cigarette, whether it is vape, whether it is alcohol, and banned substance prohibited legally by law. And that has a very huge implication on your continuity at Mahe. Be extremely mindful of that. Manhandling and dragging unacceptable. Implications, as I mentioned, it could be if it is substance related, it could even mean discontinuing from the course. So that's the level. And for some of these things, ragging and all, it will also mean suspension for a long period, a huge fine, and it would also mean that hostels will not be given to the student. So there are a lot of implications, so it's better that the students are aware of these things and are mindful of it. Just a little brief on, I'm not going through the complete rules and regulations that are there. It is there in the rules, regulations, and code of conduct that is already shared with the students. I'm just touching on very briefly for some of the points. Hostel attendance, I already mentioned, it is important. Silent hours are from 12:30 a.m., that is 12:30 midnight, to 6 a.m. The time for 12:30 is basically because if students want to celebrate their birthdays, that can be done in the reception areas, and after that there's supposed to be silence. Birthday cakes restricted up to the reception areas. Smaller cakes without your other things can be taken to the room. Then students are expected to report to the campus every day by 9:30. From 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. if they are going out, there is no permissions that are required, but they are supposed to be back by 9:30 p.m. If they are not in by 9:30 p.m., it is recorded at the security, late coming, and then the necessary violation is considered. Warning letters and fines are there. But let me tell you, our intention is not to collect fines or to give warning letters. But it is important for all of you to understand that it is a safety concern. Okay, 9:30 we're expecting you, because up to 9:30 there will be a lot of student movement outside. Beyond that, there will not be much of movement. You need to, to come here, you have to cross 3 kilometers, both the sides, and then only you will come to the campus. So it's not really good to be outside where there is not much of movement happening. Again, adhere to rules and regulations, curfew hours, and follow the leave management process. This is important. Again, on attendance, the attendance will start from 10 p.m. every day, 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. And within that window, the attendance has to be marked by the students. The students can come back to the campus by 9:30, but they can reach their hostel. That means in the campus, on those identified areas, they can be around till about 11 o'clock, maybe having their conversations, maybe, having their small walk that might be there, or whatever they are comfortable with as per the protocols. But once the attendance starts, they cannot go out from the hostel block. That is basically because attendance has started and nobody from inside can go outside at that time. But yes, people can come in up to 11 o'clock. Then again, it's important for us to be mindful and sensitive to our roommates. I think even at home, when you have to share a room with your sibling, there are differences, there could be problems. So here you're going to be, staying with someone whom you don't even know. Probably till you came here and till you meet the person, you don't even know the name of the person, and you don't even know anything about the person except for probably that person has joined MIT. But not necessarily MIT same course as you would have joined, because at hostel booking, we do not differentiate between the courses. It is just MIT. So there are going to be a lot of those challenges that are there. It is going to be adjustment issues, and hostel is all about learning, growing, and it is also about adjustment. You will not have what envisaged ki ghar pe sab tha. It is not going to be like that. So there is going to be adjustment that is required. So be sensitive to and considerate towards your roommate and other hostel students. Maintain strict discipline. Behave politely, respectfully with all staff and your students. Carry your identity card at all times. Once the identity card is given to you, you're expected to carry it at all times. Security or any other official may ask for it. Keep themselves aware of the rules and regulations. As I mentioned, this orientation, I'm not covering everything. It is all day scholars as well as hostel students are expected to go through the code of conduct as well as the hostel rules and regulations for the hostel students. Follow the student code of conduct. Cooperate during room audits. For hostel students, room audits will happen. And these room audits are the authorities over there, that is the wardens and the security, are authorized to do the room audits. Occasionally, you will have a Hitler and or higher coming in to the rooms to just check if everything is in order. And that is, believe me, that's in your own interest and safety. Only authorized electrical appliances to be kept. In case any support is required, reach out to the counselors or for medical help to the clinics that are there. No invasion to privacy and through video call, audio call. So many times, during video call, audio call, if you're sharing a room, there may be other roommate also who is not comfortable with being covered. So please be mindful of that part of it. Any form of cybercrime is going to be illegal and serious action will be taken against that. Act in ways that offend local cultural and social values. Be mindful of that. Indulge in socially unacceptable behaviors. We don't want to get famous like this. So you may have seen a lot of things where, in a metro train something happened and somebody captured, the video went viral because of unacceptable behavior. Any form of unacceptable, socially unacceptable behavior. All of you are young adults. Will not be tolerated in the campus, and strict action will be taken against that. Damage university and property or assets. Get involved in gambling or betting. Even if you are doing that, there are a lot of apps that are there. Let me make it clear that it can be addictive. Initially it can be fun that, this match is going on, IPL is going on, and get started over there. No. But it is addictive and you can get into problems. That's not for what you have come. And you have come here to explore, but let's explore the good side of innovation and something that will take you to, for you to stand here as an element, speak to the new batch of students. So let's focus on those areas. Video audio recording without permission is not acceptable. It is as per code of conduct, and you cannot do whether it is a call record or whether it is a in-person, in-meeting conversation records, either video recording or audio recording is not acceptable between students and the officials in the classroom. It's not acceptable. For any form of financial fraud, fraudulent misrepresentation, stalking, definitely is not in line. Now, you may wonder why we're talking about these financial fraud and, these kind of things. It's not about money, So if a student goes to the mart, they pick up a chocolate. It's not that he intentionally, wanted to not pay for it. Or even if he wanted to kind of, TKR, that kick of doing something which is not right. Let's not have that. This is not going to be acceptable. Please be mindful of that. Keep valuables. So I think all of them can manage Google Pay and other online payment modes. Let them not keep too much of cash with them. And whenever they are not in the room, they should keep their rooms locked. This is the hostel numbers. I'm sure you are aware of it. And the guidelines are also there as a scan. You can take it. And more importantly, to the parents, there's a parents helpline number which is available. Please make a note of it. The parents helpline number is a 24/7 number where the parents can reach out in case of any difficulty or challenges they might have. Typically, the calls that we get is, I'm not able to reach my son, my daughter. They're not picking up the call, and can you please help? So this is the typical calls that we get, or he or she is not well. Maybe, she has slept off. Can you just go and check? So these are the typical calls that we get, and we're happy with these kind of calls only and not anything more. So this is the parents helpline number. Please reach out in case required. And just a few thoughts for the parents. Now this slide specifically I have put because we've got a lot of requests and communications and phone calls and mails from a lot of parents saying that, when I tried to book the hostel for my daughter or my son, I didn't get the desired room category. I wanted to have an attached washroom, or I wanted an AC, or I wanted a non-AC, or whatever may be the requirement. I did not get the desired room. I think, hostel and, going forward, I think when they're at home, we really want to protect them, and there's nothing wrong in that. Similarly, when they're here, they also need to grow. They need to explore, they need to understand, and they need to learn. So this is a process, okay? And next year, I'm sure they will also have to work hard to get what they want. So, so like say, for example, somebody with a 9.5 CGPA wants a triple common washroom. it's his choice and he will get it. But somebody with a, with a lower CGPA wanting, triple common may not get it because it may be lesser in number. So it's all about, demand and supply. So I think let them struggle a little, they'll find their way and you'll be happy too. And, I'm sure they'll be happy too. Be available, stay connected, trust the process and trust your child. I'm sure that they will find their way. Watch the subtle signs in case you feel that something is not right. Celebrate their small wins and keep growing alongside them. So thank you so much. And I'll see if I'm able to play this video with sound. I'll play, otherwise we are done. And so it's not just always about rules and regulations. It's also about a lot of fun that we have at the campus. Again, going back to what the chief guest said, it's also about an opportunity for you to realize and understand and find your hidden talents. We have an annual cultural fest which is called as Rubaru, and this is where about 35 plus events students participate in, compete with various other schools within the campus. So like a MIT, TAPME, so there are 10 schools here. All of them will participate, and it's a trophy that is prestigious, and last year it was won by MIT. And I'm sure they are stronger with another set of students joining this year. But let me tell you, other institutes also will have students joining in. So that fun is going to be there. And let them participate, let them actively participate in all these activities and keep themselves engaged. All the very best to all of you. And we will be available in the German tent where the onboarding is happening from 4:30 to 5. I will be available. If there are any questions on hostels, I will take it there. Thank you so much and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear all, now it's the time for interaction session. All the Mahe officials will be here. If you have any queries or any doubts, you can raise from there. Mic will be passed to you and you can clarify the doubts. I now request the following dignitaries to occupy the dais. After the interaction session, national anthem will be played. Kindly be seated. Now I request the following dignitaries to occupy the dais. Dr. Ivan Jose, Director. Ms. Sarita Vijayanagar, Chief Student Officer. Dr. Prema KV, Associate Director. Dr. Dayanand P, Dean, School of Computer Engineering. Dr. Manjunath MS, Head of the Department, Science and Humanities. Dr. Ramaswamy, Head of the Department, ENC. Ms. Divya Darshi, Assistant Director from Admission. Mr. Baswaraj, Deputy Director, and Ekalavya sir from Placement. So if you have any, please be seated. After the interaction session, National Anthem will be played. We kindly request you to please be seated. Those who have any queries, please raise from there. Mic will be passed to you.
Check. Yeah, so good afternoon. This is, we have the entire team lined up here, right from placement to the heads of the department, to the general administration, which is hostels. We also have transportation, and we have examination, etc. So in case you have any queries of any kind, for those wanting to have any queries related to hostels, which you just heard a presentation on, you may pop up those questions first, because she might be leaving in another 5-10 minutes. Thank you. Yeah, please go ahead. You
Good
can
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So I had a question about NCC. Like, is there NCC here? What about selections and camps and stuff related to that?
Yes, we do have NCC, and we have good number of students enrolled for NCC. Alongside NCC, we are also looking at having an air wing, which is primarily for the engineering students to be instituted. Though we did not have formally inaugurated an air wing unit here. Last year, we had one student who had gone on behalf of Mahe to formally register. But this year, we are planning to have an air wing along with NCC.
And regarding NCC, actually NCC has a lot of camps and stuff. So attendance will obviously, you will be missing classes when you go for that. So that attendance considered within
Yes,
the
don't worry
75%?
about it. That will be taken care of.
Here, and so the question is whether students are allowed to go for internship during winter and summer breaks.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. What was your question?
The
We did not
question
get-
is, are the students are allowed to go for internship during summer vacation and winter vacation?
They have to. It is mandatory for them. Twice. Once, first after completing second year, 2 months. After completing third year, again 2 months. And there's an optional internship for an entire year in their 7th and 8th semester.
No, I'm asking during breaks. During
It is
winter
during break.
Yeah, 1 month time.
2 months, not 1 month, 2 months.
What about the winter labs you mentioned in your brochure? Winter labs. So there's some information on winter labs.
So winter labs, those are in between the semester for those who fail in subjects and who will have to redo the entire curriculum.
And it means they can do internship anywhere in India or even abroad, even for that small break.
Internship?
Can student do the small internship anywhere in India or
Yes,
even
yes,
abroad?
even in India or even abroad.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello.
Can I ask? Yeah. Thank you very much for the wonderful arrangements you have done. I have a question here. I saw it in the presentation today. There are a lot of common things between electronics, computer engineering, and computer science. Because I have gone through your curriculum, I've done 80%
Sir, can you
of
please
the.
keep your mic a little closer?
Yeah,
We're not able to hear.
I saw that in the curriculum of electronics and computer science, around 80% of the courses are quite similar. And also in the today's presentation, I saw there is an option for AI and robotics as an independent subject, also as a specialization in the computer science. So in this case, how these students are going to be given chances during the final placement process? Will they be given equal chances with the computer science students, or they will be given separate chances?
Yeah, so there are two parts to it. One is about combining two programs. One is electronics and computer engineering, and another one is a specialization. So we offer specializations in the 5th semester, right from 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now, these are open courses given to the students for them to opt. If they wish to choose any one of the specializations which I showed here, there are prerequisites which are met along the way, right? So if they do this, they get an opportunity to sit through for the placements which are prescribed under that sector. They are free to register for them. However, Companies do not deny students to come and sit for placements for any kind of a job role. They are open for all, both computer science engineering students as well as electronics and communication students. You will be surprised to know that the big package we spoke about of 52 LPA was offered by Microsoft for an electronics student. Thank you.
Sir,
Hello.
good afternoon to you. Sir, I am from the top place here. From
From here.
Sir, is there like change of program is permitted for the higher CGPA holders in the subsequent years, like some of the colleges do, from like shifting from electronics to computers or anything like that?
We are bound by the seat metrics that we have for individual departments, right? Having said that, we have kept our options open in terms of how a student can be internally mobile in terms of their specialization. Let's say, for example, a student of computer science wishes to take a specialization in 5G, 6G communication. He can as well do that in the 5th, 6th, and 7th semester. Vice versa, a student from, let's say, electronics and communication wishes to get into AI, ML, or cybersecurity. They could as well do it either in the form of minors that we offer, or the honors that we offer, or the specializations.
Yeah. Here.
Sir,
thank you one and all for the wonderful
one question.
details that was given.
Sir, 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second, there's somebody here. 1 second, sir. There's somebody here. Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Sir, we have a question here. Now is in the current world, we have a lot of MOUs, lot of organizations doing wonderful job. I mean, a lot of opportunities are there for the upcoming engineers. So do you have any MOUs or any kind of thing signed up with the organizations in the electronics or in the computer science domain? We would like to know. And apart from this, rest of the details given today, really amazing. We are all very happy with respect to hostel facilities, with respect to the campus, very vibrant campus, absolutely stunning. But only this point I have not come across in the entire presentation. Do you have any MOUs or any kind of pathway with organizations?
Yes, so this is intentional that we wanted you also to explore going through our web page. What I had put in my presentation was just a sneak peek of what we do. We have close to 150 plus MOUs all across, and these are not meant only for a unit. Let me give you an example. When any institution signs an MOU with us, they're not with, let's say, me or MIT or with KMC. They are with Mahe. Now, what does that mean? It can be explored across the unit. You got it? So if a student wishes to take up, let's say, 2+2 program, 2 years in Bangalore, and let's say 2 years in Deakin University in Australia, you might not see an MOU specific to MIT-Bangalore. It is an MOU with Mahe. But any student from Bangalore is eligible to apply. Is that clear? Similarly, there are plethora of opportunities of MOUs which are signed both industry as well as academia, both in India and abroad. So choice is theirs where they wish to take up, whether being in which country they wish to go, etc.
Yeah, I'm sure these Yeah, I'm sure you have many MOUs as you explained just now, but how do we get benefit out of it? Like,
Yes, so for that there is a detailed orientation given to them starting from tomorrow. It's called induction program, where there is an explicit slot given by an international officer. We have an assistant director, international office. He's going to take them through the entire opportunities, what all things have happened till now, how they can fetch beyond this 2+2 semester-long exchange programs or credit-long exchange programs or capstone-long exchange programs. These are all going to be detailed out for them in detail.
Okay, thank you.
No, thanks. Actually, it was the same question which I had, the MOU and the industry partnership. You answered, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. First of all, congratulations. Up here, sir.
Yeah, we'll take one from up and then we'll come down. Yes, sir, go ahead.
So congratulations on a very detailed orientation program. My question is to do with the specialization again. There was one aspect, the electronics part, it said the specialization is fixed, while for computer science, you had a choice after the 4th phase. So is that different in case of robotics and AI? If it's in electronic, then you're fixed with robotics and AI, but in computer science, you have a
true.
choice.
That's true. That's true. It's intentional, as I said, like how till last year, AICT had put across upper cap for every program that we ran for the institution. This has been abolished from this year onwards. So what we've done is, while we had individual courses like cybersecurity, AI/ML, data science, etc., each 60-60, we have collapsed and we've gone with a single title, computer science and engineering. Now, having said that, students are given the opportunity after 2 years to choose their specialization through a mentor who's been assigned, looking at some prerequisites, some projects, etc., where they can take up and then move across. What you saw as a, as a redundancy in terms of robotics and AI. Robotics and AI is a 4-year program per se. However, we also give this as a specialization for students of computer science by giving 5 practical courses starting from semester 5 till semester 7. And giving them a specialization in robotics and AI. However, it may not be that intense how a student of robotics and AI might learn what is robotics and AI.
But the student who has robotics and AI in electronics cannot change?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, thanks for the wonderful orientation session. It was very informative. I have a basic question regarding placement. So regarding a placement, all students are entitled or it's based on CGPA?
So we do not differentiate, students based on CGPA. It is at the company's prerogative whether what CGPA they fix to select students. So the basic cutoff would be about, say, 7 is what they would expect, but then there are also companies who expect more than that. So it is not fixed by the institution, it's only by the company.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I have another basic question regarding transportation. Like if the kid wants to move and meet some relative, so whether we have a transportation facility from Mahe to go to the Bangalore city and come back?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So this question is regarding transportation. So in case the students want to meet any relatives in Bangalore city, whether Mahe provides a transportation from the campus and off the campus?
No, we have route buses which are there for the day scholars, but for hostel students, that facility is not there. So if the student, is he a hostel student?
Yes.
Then this facility might not be applicable to him.
Okay, noted, thanks.
Hello, good afternoon. I have one query. After first year, is there any option to have the branch changes? Like, if I am in electronics, can I, if my CGPA is good, can I upgrade to computer science?
Yeah, so there is a provision after completing semester 2 based upon your performance in the class. If you happen to be, let's say, a CGPA of 9 pointer and above, if there is a seat vacancy that you would see in the department, then yes, we will promote. If there aren't any seat vacancy, we will not be able to give you your choices.
Okay, I have one more query. Sorry, maybe I joined little late in the induction, because of whatever. I don't want to take excuse in the traffic, but so what is the, kind of, can you give little details of the this final year students of the placement? If you have the 1,000 students, so how many students got placed in the campus interview?
I can just give you the last year statistics. All those who were eligible were placed. It's 100%. When I say eligible, there are students probably who did not want to take up their career in the industry. Some students said no because they wanted to go for further studies. Some of them could not clear certain papers for which they did not become eligible to sit for the placements. That's how we have been placing ourselves.
Okay. The last query, when will the intra round will happen? In intra round, right? We have one more round is left over, right?
See, counseling 4 is yet to happen now, and you will see the last round, which is somewhere around maybe September end or so, where in case there's any slide up, that will be known to you. But internally to the institution between, let's say, people from computer science to EC or vice versa, this happens only by the end of year 1, based upon the CGPA.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Jose. Basically, I just want to understand, while we have seen the amazing infra, sports-related infra as well, is there any annual sports meet which happens also within the campus?
Annual sports league.
Meet.
Is anything? Meet, yeah. No, see, there are two things here. One is internal sports meet, which happens every year, but also we have people coming from outside as a part of league that runs, right? These are generally by the industries, or these are by people, in the vicinity around here, where they would wish to come and have friendly matches, etc. But otherwise, institution has got one annual sports, which happens regularly. All three: sports meet, cultural meet, and tech meet. These are part of institution, got me? Other than that, there are league matches which happen where students are also allowed to participate. These are like friendly matches with the industries, etc.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jose. This program it was very engaging. Thank you very much. And I'm sure all the students were very inspired to be part of Mahe Bengaluru. They belong here for sure. My question has two aspects to it. The first one is about, you mentioned that AICTE has established limit in the computer science, the majors. That's why you have created as BTech Computer Science. Why is it not true for BTech Electronics?
BTech?
Electronics.
Yeah.
Why can't all those branches be called as BTech Electronics and Electronics?
So what happens now is there are different specializations in electronics. Let's say, for example, VLSI, or instrumentation,
right,
or let's say microelectronics, or all these areas, right from semester 3, they get diversified.
Okay.
You cannot maintain the same tempo like what we would do in computer science. Even though if you look at the detailed curriculum of computer science, which has been running in the country for past several years, there are hardly any differentiating factors that you would see other than the elective courses. So for us, it made sense. So we had a very detailed deliberation with industry partners, with academias, and then we took a call saying that let's have a first 2-year common for everyone, and then rather go through a mentoring process to give them will be the best possible specialization through an informed mechanism.
Okay, and my follow-up question on that is, we have so many kind of derived courses like robotics and AI. That student has to learn mechanical, electronics, and computer science as a foundational course to get there, right? So how are the prospects for these degrees in the outside world? I mean, are these degrees recognized by the industry? Will they get right placements? Will they get right opportunities? Because when we studied, it was just the foundational courses, right? It is electronics, mechanical, computer science, and instrumentation. These were the courses. Today, there are so many derived programs, especially robotics, AI, and electronics and computers, which is good, which is a combination of electronics and computers. I'm really concerned about this robotics and AI, and what is its acceptance from the industry as a degree?
Yeah, so to answer that, it is nothing new for us that we have indigenously incorporated this. This has come from AICTE portal. We have just adopted what is there in AICTE portal, and AICTE has definitely put this in their portal because there is a relevance. They have done the job. So we don't have to, again, reinvent the wheel.
No, that's AICTE prescribing, but how about the industry prospects?
Very much. All these industries which you spoke, for example, the marvel of these two, humanoid and robotics that you saw,
right,
in itself is an example. The humanoid, all that you saw was there 130 motors running at the head, just to change the facial expression.
Okay.
Now that's an electrical engineering primarily for you.
Right.
The whole, the facial expression that you saw, the textures, etc., they were all part of aesthetics. Right, materials engineering. Similarly, all of them, it's a conglomeration of all of them put together to have this program been instituted. But yes, you will not be an expert in all those areas, but you need to know a basic understanding of what all constitute towards it.
Okay. My last question, not on the syllabus and the curricula that's offered, is on the intra-campus, kind of you have Manipal campus, you have Bangalore campus, and you have Jaipur. And is there any... I have seen one semester where students can go to other campus and get immersed into probably MIT campuses itself. But from the placements and the alumni relation standpoint, all these institutes are seen equally?
Yes.
Or do you see any difference?
Yes. So I think you should know all of it. It's for all of you all present here. This is one common vertical on the placement, which is the industry polled database, which is our legacy for past 60 years. And it's common for entire campuses that you have. Now, the mode of operation might change. Let's say, for example, there's a company based out of Bangalore. They might say that let's have, for all these campuses, the first round of interview, which is an online test to be conducted on computers. And thereafter, physical interviews might happen looking at the proximity. Some of them might want to park at Bangalore campus, wherein others come down to Bangalore. Some others from down south might want to park themselves in Manipal campus, where our students will go up there and give their interviews. That's the mode of operandi that we have between the campuses. Alumni, yes, it's our first batch that's moving out, so we do not have an alumni data bank, but then the rich alumni database of Manipal, who are present in Bangalore, we are having our first alumni meet on the 22nd of August, where they are physically going to come here and experience and have some kind of hand-holding for their juniors who are present here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jose.
Hello. My question is regarding fourth round. Who all are eligible for that round? Admitted candidates are also eligible for it?
Which travel are you speaking about?
Fourth round of counseling.
Okay.
Yeah. So who all are eligible for fourth round of counseling?
No, that will be announced to you from the admissions office. If at all there is a fourth round of counseling happening, then the mail will come to you. At this point in time, kindly refer back to the mail that will be coming from your admissions office.
So my question is the candidates who have already been admitted, are they eligible for fourth round?
That's what I'm saying. There is a criteria basis on which they will be putting up a selection criteria, and on those criteria, they'll be sending you a mail.
Right now, criteria is not fixed.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello?
So one more question, sir.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
The question is, these are tie-ups, MOUs, and the industry partnership. Will it be helpful in getting the internships for the students, or the students has to get his own internship?
Yes, so internship positions for the students who are studying here, there is an avenue given by the department for them to participate, early internship mechanism. These are processes through which we conduct hackathons. Now let's say, for example, the entire 2 to 3 months from now, we have lined up around 4 hackathons. Starting from July 29th and 30th, we have from Kaspersky. For the first time, they're coming to India, and they're parking themselves in MIT-BLR. 550 odd participants, just 60 of them are going to be selected. Likewise, we have companies like Honeywell, companies like Apple, companies like IBM who are lined up their hackathons all throughout until November. I'm talking about this semester. Now, this is a perfect avenue for them to fetch early internship without any other interventions, right? This is one mechanism. Second mechanism we have is companies like whom you saw today who are with us. Likewise, there are several companies who come and associate early stage interactions with students in terms of giving them project. Now we have at least 20 of the students I mentioned in my talk. They're all been going to be interning with IBM, right? So if they are captive enough in terms of considering these opportunities to translate, definitely they could do. However, we do not restrict. Because and we have this strategic position, students are also encouraged to go and find out their own places. They might be from ISRO, DRDO, let's say from other CSIR laboratories. If they wish to take up, they are free to do that, including different IITs where they wish to go and park for internships. We encourage them, both in India and abroad.
Thank you.
Hello.
If there are no hostel-related questions, we would have Ms. Vijay Nagar. Yeah, you can go.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, for the paucity of time, maybe another couple of questions if you have, because your students will have to get back to your classes afternoon. We have mentor-mentee interaction. Please scan the QR code. You will get to know your details, which classroom you're supposed to be in, and kindly be there by around 2 p.m.
All right. Thank you so much for today's orientation schedule. And I have quick 3 questions. It will be really quick. First one is, I read that there would be, since Bangalore campus is new, right, as compared to the Manipal campus, and there would be a centralized placement drive for next few years. So
I appreciate if you can throw some, more information on this.
So at this point in time, of course, the placements are together with the main campus.
Yeah.
And we wish to continue doing that. But having said that, in coming times, of course, each of these campuses have to function independently and we have to be self-sufficient. So at some point in time, of course, we have to be independent. And it doesn't mean that we will not be able to sustain by ourselves. We have companies coming to our campus and we will continue companies coming to our campus. So that should not be an issue at all.
All right. Because there is one group of alumni, and they mentioned that there was some information was floating there.
If you can just be a little clear, sir, I'm not able to hear you.
I was saying there is a group of alumni, and there was certain information which was being discussed that for next 4 years at least, 5 years at least, there would be a centralized placement. Is that true or a rumor?
You will find all kinds of stories in social media. Please don't go by that, okay? We have all kinds of things up there. Request you not to go by that, okay? Yeah. So, people have the right comments, but, please don't go by that. We are, there's a parent campus, so we come under Mahe. We have this association going ahead, so please do not listen to all of that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My second question is, would there be any guidelines for computer laptop purchase or the scientific calculator purchase, or it is our choice? Because especially when I look at the course like electronics and computer science, right, would be a different specification requirement of a laptop as compared to the pure CSE.
Yes, sir, laptop is optional. Scientific calculator is mandatory.
All right.
Yeah.
Any model specification recommendation
that
from
model,
college?
I mean, like scientific calculator is sufficient. I think 990 MS, that's the version we used to call. And you just wait for a while. Maybe like the first week of classes starts, maybe the faculty will tell what is required for the course. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. And
yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
2 o'clock meeting is scheduled, mentor-mentee meeting is scheduled. Yes, I request all the dignitaries, thank you for clarifying all the doubts, Mahe officials. Thank you so much.
There is a humble request from our side. Let us stand together in honor of the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. There are few announcements. I kindly request you to pay your attention. The induction program schedule for the next 3 days and the mentor-mentee list are sent to your mails. You can also scan the QR code provided in the invitation to get the schedule. Within the time slot from 2 to 4:30 p.m., all the students and parents are requested to meet the mentors at MIT Academic